Ready? Play.
We do English first, then national language. Elena, congratulations! You're into your first final here in Stuttgart. Talk us through that match because it was quite epic.
Yeah, it was a very tough match, like always against Iga, and really happy that I won on clay. Gives confidence, of course.
All right, who'd like the first question? Diego?
I felt that probably you weren't very pleased with the way you were serving in the first couple of matches you have played here. Today you had 10 aces. Like, what was the thoughts on your serve today?
Yeah, I was serving much better today, I think, just because also you play against such a good player that you know that every point counts, and I was pushing myself. And first 2 matches I was adapting a bit to the conditions, to the balls, and maybe I was serving a little bit more passive. And today I was going for the serve. I was trying to change it a little bit. So yeah.
Diego with the serve, but I'd also like to talk to you about your return today, which I thought maybe that's the best you've returned, certainly this tournament, but I thought your return was amazing today. Can you tell us a bit about that?
I think the return definitely improved from last year, from both angles, and of course it depends on the opponent, a bit of the speed of the serve, and of course placement. But yeah, since we played with Iga many times, more or less I try to predict where she's gonna go, and really happy with the return and overall with the game.
Congratulations, Elena. What was going through your mind as she's saving all of these break points throughout the second set and a little bit in the beginning of the third? I mean, was there frustration? Did you have to tamp it down? Because one of those breaks goes your way, it's probably a straight set win. So how do you maintain your focus?
Yeah, of course I was a bit frustrated, but at the same time, coach also was telling me, and I was trying to calm down because it's clay and it doesn't mean anything, and she has very good second serve, good spin, so it pushes you out of the court, so it's not easy to step in. And also in these moments, I think it's normal to be also a bit tight, and she was serving well, so I mean, a bit of frustration was there, but in the end of the day, I found my way.
Back over there, and then Florian.
Yeah, sometimes you all need a certain goal or a reason to do something. So I just wonder, if you won that car, would that be the key to go for the driver license, or the other way around? Why did you do it so far?
I wanted to do it already a long time, but I never have chance to be at one place for long, and I did already a couple of lessons. I was driving, but yeah, for sure that's the goal for this year outside of the court. And with this car, if I win, it's going to be even double goal, and hopefully I finish it this year.
Okay,
Another question. Was it even more difficult to play Iga here, knowing that she has lost a match at this tournament?
Yeah, of course. For me, last 2 times I was coming, it was not that successful, the tournament, and I was playing Fed Cup, also traveling a lot. But this time I prepared much better, and of course she likes the courts. For me, it's a little bit difficult to move. It's really slippery, and you need to be very strong. And for now, I'm happy that I managed to pull off these 3 matches, and even today, this 3-set battle, I managed to win.
Elena, you are one of Iga's most uncomfortable opponents. What gives you this advantage in matches against her? The tournament magazine named you as a player with a poker face. Maybe this one?
I think it's just style of the game, and Iga, she moves really well, and she likes to dominate in the rally, and with me it's difficult because I play fast, I play flatter, and also like to move the opponent, so it's kind of I think matchup where we both pushing each other, we're both trying to dominate in the points. So I think, of course, also my serve helps a lot. That's why some matches I win, some matches I lose, but it's always tough for her to play against me and for me to play against her.
We'll do a few more after that and then Courtney.
I always like to know, do people have a connection to Germany? So do you have any relationship to German culture, sports, anything, or did you even learn German at school? Something like that?
No, I never learned German in school. In school was actually French for me. And Germany, I remember I played my first juniors events, and this is where I actually met my sponsor, Yonex, and from there, when I was 13, I think, I'm playing Yonex rackets, so these kind of memories from Germany.
Elena, fifth final of the year, you lead the tour in wins, finals, all that, and we're only in April. You beat number 1, number 2, you're the only player to do that this year. Do you feel like you are the best player on tour right now?
Well, I'm happy, of course, with all the tournaments I just played and all the finals. As I was saying last year, because I started really well the season, and now it's also successful. The season is very long, and you never know how you're gonna finish. But of course, I'm happy with all the results that I'm having this year.
Any more in English? Courtney again.
Sorry, just have to ask her about tomorrow. Obviously, you'll face either Marketa or Marta. Marta took the first set. But what do you make of coming off of this win, a tough physical one? And
she hasn't won the first set.
just kidding, take that back. 5-1 when I sat down.
Yeah, 5-4. You never know. Yes.
But what do you make of those matchups coming off of, the matchup you just had against Iga?
Well, Iga, of course, very tough opponent, and it gives confidence, but at the same time, I know that if it's gonna be Marta, for example, she has nothing to lose. She comes, she's gonna swing, and she moves really well, so she already beat good players, so if it's gonna be her, it's gonna be a tough one for sure. And same with Marketa, I feel like she was doing well this tournament, and she's lefty, so it's a little bit different, so I will need to adjust to different spin and also speed of the ball.
Okay, great.
If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on all things tennis.
Ready? Play.
Marta, obviously not the match you would hope for today or the result, but you must be proud of your results this week overall.
Well, yeah, of course it sucks to lose in the final, and especially a match like this, I couldn't produce a fight, and she was really on top today, so yeah, but overall, obviously very proud of myself this week.
Okay, first question.
Marta, congrats on the final. In terms of not being able to produce the fight today, how much of that was the crazy week kind of catching up to you today, and how much of it was the tennis that Elena was able to produce?
I think 90% my tiredness played a role today. I was, I really, every morning I didn't know what to expect from myself on the court today, because really me being able to pull it off this whole week and play an amazing tennis yesterday was something incredible and something I would never expect I can do. So, but today it was, obviously I was very nervous. I wanted to win a lot this one, and yeah, I think there were a lot of things together, and yeah, I just couldn't probably bear it anymore.
Next one.
Did you have the feeling before the match that you are tired, or did it then really come in and you were not able to recover?
I don't know, because I wasn't looking for this feeling before the match. If I'm tired or not, I just try to prepare myself as much as possible for this match. And yeah, and when I was on court, it was one point after another, game after game, and yeah, I really couldn't produce pretty much anything today.
You're rightly proud of your achievements this week and this year as a whole. I heard that in your speech afterwards. But you were very frustrated on that last point. You showed it with the racket throw. Do you sort of think that you didn't quite, do yourself justice today?
I think it was more like, have you ever lost a match for Porsche? That hurts. I mean, honestly, when I lost the match in San Diego, it didn't hurt as much as today, because it's the only tournament in the world when you win something in the final besides, a title and the prize money. So of course, this is something I really wanted, and yeah, I think whoever loses here in the final will understand me really well.
Marta, would you then consider this week what you said in terms of what you were able to pull off this week? Is this week a breakthrough week for you in terms of what you were able to accomplish? Does it feel that way?
It's much shorter tournament than a Grand Slam, even though it's a very high level tournament. So I don't know, because the tennis itself is a very different every day, every tournament, and I can play 500 and play 4 out of 5 matches against top 10 players, but Kim Wen this year in Australia, she made it to the final of a Grand Slam without facing top 50 player. So it's like you don't know. It's like is it enough to win a Grand Slam when you play final of this tournament or not? Or you need to perform better? Or it's like I don't measure these things if it was really a lot of incredible weeks this year, and they were all very different level of players. But I was some weeks I was overcoming more stuff, some weeks less, but I don't probably measure it in a way if it was a breakthrough or not, because it was an amazing week, and I went through a lot of things, and I managed to push through and come out on the other side better, and this is the only thing I'm focusing on. But I don't really take this as something like incredible, like wow, week of my life or whatever. No, of course it was a great week, but I'm moving on.
Marta, congratulations. How would you describe the impact of Sandra Zaniewska on your game, on your improvement?
I mean, you can see the results. I will not tell you a lot of specific things, but she definitely has and had a lot of impact on my game and on my life. So it's important to have someone like this by your side, especially if it's someone that is close to you.
Okay, we'll do 2 more, John, and then here. Yeah.
Hi Marta. So at 6-2, 5-2, 40-15 down, you're facing 2 match points. You would go on to face another one as well, which I think you saved. Did you still believe at that point, or did you think, I just can't do this for another hour? Or did maybe your other matches this week help you in that moment think, I could get back into this? It was obviously a long way behind.
I was thinking this way earlier than match point. I tell you this. That I will not be able to handle this for more than 1 hour. Yeah, I mean, I'm a human being at the end of the day, like all of us, you know. Of course, you know, it's like, it's not like I was giving up at the end, but on the match points, I was like, yeah, you know, you gotta fight till the end, because what if she just falls now and she cannot get up and you win? You know, it's like these kind of things but this is the only thing you can really do in these moments, because you can be delusional, but to a certain point, you know, I'm not that delusional yet to believe in something like this, because, yeah, I mean, it was really a tough week for me, you know, and I had a very, very good player on the other side, so, yeah, I was fighting, but I still, you know, I don't feel like I believed in a miracle today.
Okay, last one here.
Well, would you please give us a literal translation of the Ukrainian motto you gave at the end, and the other thing, maybe an insight about these last moments, the racket damage, you having your face behind your towel, and then re-getting composure, and then obviously the new challenge by the Ukrainian support during the ceremony.
So, sorry, what's the question?
Okay, what you said in the speech.
Yes.
He wants to understand what that
Slava
was in
Ukraini.
English. How do you think?
Slava Ukraini?
Yes, yeah.
It's a saying that we say in Ukraine. It says, glory to Ukraine, and people reply, glory to heroes. So I used to say it before as well, but it became more mainstream when the war began. So yeah, I mean, it's kind of like, I take it as, you know, I recognize Ukrainian people abroad, because this is the way you know, for example, I don't know, we're in Monaco, for example, and there is, you know, there are a lot of Russians, of course, and Ukrainian people, and if I see someone that I think is Ukrainian, I say Slava Ukraini, and if they don't reply, I definitely know that they're Russian. So, yeah, but you know, I think it's important to give this recognition, you know, to Ukraine and everything that we've been through as a nation, and now it's a very difficult time, and it's continuing to be a difficult time. So I don't want anyone to forget about it, really, because it's still happening.
Okay, thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
Everyone.
If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on all things tennis.
Ready? Play.
I want one more thing from you, Francisca. Can you look at the camera, and I want you to say, I am Francisca Jorge, and I am a friend of the show. Can you try it?
I am Francisca Jorge, and I'm a friend. Wait.
Go. It's okay.
I'm Francisca Jorge, and I'm a fan of the show.
One more time. Can you say, I'm a friend of the show?
Friend.
Like amigo.
Friend.
A friend. So, because we joke, we have players come on all the time, they have no idea, but after they've been on, we say, oh, Elena Rybakina is a friend of the show. She has no idea. But so if we get you to say, I am Francisca Jorge, or how you say your name, and
I am Francisca Jorge, and I'm a friend of the show.
Perfect. Thanks, Francisca. Just want you to do me one more thing. I want you to hold the microphone. I want you to look in the... Don't be nervous. I mean, listen, you've just beaten Elena Rybakina. I'm not nervous. No, you shouldn't be. If you can beat Rybakina twice in one day, you can do this for sure. I want you to look at the camera and just say, hi, my name is, say your name, and then say, and I'm a friend of the show.
Friend of the show?
Yeah?
Okay. Hi, my name is Susan, and I'm a friend of the show.
Say your whole name for me. That's the only thing I want.
Sorry.
Surname too. No, you're doing great.
You're
doing
cutting,
great.
huh?
Yeah, I'll cut it up. Don't worry. Yeah.
Hi, my name is Susan Leemans, and I'm a friend of the show.
Cool. Thank you very much, Susan.
You're welcome.
Good luck for the rest of the tournament. And I will tag you on Instagram, and you can reject. I do have one more tiny thing, which is I want you to look into the camera.
Yeah.
I want you to say your name.
Yes.
And I want you to say, I am a friend of the show.
I'm a friend of the show. Okay.
Perfect, yeah.
My name is Zainab Sammaz, and I'm a friend of the show.
Boom.
Yes. Okay, thank you so much.
Ready? Play.
Well, hello there. Welcome to Talking Tennis. Sorry I'm late. No time for pleasantries. Let's get stuck down into it. This is Danielle Collins versus Aryna Sabalenka in Madrid, and it's 40 love to Danielle Collins, who's started pretty well in this match. This is a highly, highly anticipated clash between two of the big forces in the WTA right now, as Collins hits a forced error of a great Sabalenka return, 40-15, first point on the board for the Belarusian today. So we'll give you a little bit of a match preview kind of commentary as we're going with this. But, you know, when I saw this was the night match in Madrid, and given how much we were building up to this all week, I couldn't not do it. I couldn't not bring this match. I was going to be watching it anyway, and I thought it'd be more fun to watch it with all of you. Backhand from Sabalenka to the Collins backhand into the net. Sabalenka putting pressure on Danielle Collins, who, let's not forget, is on a 15-match winning streak, has won in Miami, has won in Charleston. Aryna Sabalenka is 6 wins and 4 losses since the Australian Open. Currently world number 2, but for how much longer? Very much in jeopardy right now. Danielle Collins is going to be serving at 40-30, goes out wide. Backhand from Sabalenka to the backhand of Collins. Backhand Sabalenka cross court. Collins changes direction, goes up the line. Sabalenka's having to scramble that forehand back. Backhand Collins, plumb on the line, winner. That's a Kaman-worthy point. And that is Danielle Collins on the board in this set first game. Let's go through some key stats that you might need to be interested in. Both these players have really scrapped their way through the draw. Collins has come from a set down in both matches so far. Olga Danilovic, which was so far still not probably been topped as one of the best women's matches of the tournament, as the best women's match of the tournament so far. And then coming back from a set down yesterday against, I've forgotten the person's name because I am because it's late and that's not an excuse. But she lost Christian, that was it, who was on a very good form. Jacqueline Christian, very, very good result. As we see, Rafa's son is probably more excited to see his dad in action than maybe Danielle Collins. Hopefully Rafa Jr. is asleep right now. Sabalenka's put the first serve into the net. Yes, so Sabalenka beat Montgomery in round 2. Montgomery maybe surprisingly got the second set. Double fault from Sabalenka, not a good start for the Belarusian. Maybe Montgomery fought very well, but it did feel like she was weathering whatever Sabalenka threw at her. And then Magda Linette caused some disruption for Sabalenka, who I'm not sure when the last time she won a straight sets match was, actually, Sabalenka. It feels like it was a while ago. I think Stuttgart. No, she went 3 with Badosa, lost in 3 to Vondrushova. Badosa in Miami is the last time she won in straight sets. Even then, that felt fairly hard fought. I think, actually, since Australia, the only 2 straight sets matches she's won are Indian Wells and Badosa in Miami. So this could be a threat to her from Danielle Collins. But here's the other key stat. Collins has never beaten Aryna Sabalenka. The head-to-head is 4-0 to Sabalenka. I think that's what it's flashed up on the screen. Might be wrong unless I've got it the one way around, and it was actually Collins who had the head-to-head, but I'm pretty sure it said 4-0 Sabalenka. Maybe we can get our production assistant to double-check that. 15-30, by the way, on a Sabalenka serve, under threat. Backhand from Collins, the backhand of Sabalenka. Backhand from Collins up the middle. Now forehand to the forehand of Collins is going for the angle, forcing the error from Sabalenka, going out too wide. And Sabalenka's doubled over in frustration. 15-40, she's already down break point. It is 4-0 Sabalenka. I don't think there's a better chance than Collins has got. I don't think Collins will ever have a better chance of getting herself on the board in that head-to-head. Getting herself a win against Sabalenka. Sabalenka tries to get the tee and puts the first serve into the net. So it's a second serve coming up for the number 2 seed in Madrid, the defending champion, no less. Another point that may well work in her favour. Who knows? Backhand from Collins in play, but it was a double fault again from Sabalenka. And 2 double faults concedes the game. Collins already 2-love up with a break. And I know people were talking about Sabalenka being a 2-time champion in Madrid, but she does seem to have a good year and an off year, and she's due an off year. Here's the stat that's kind of critical for Sabalenka. She will lose the number 2 ranking if she loses a match in Madrid. Sabalenka can only keep the number 2 ranking if she wins the title, such as the amount of points that Goff has amassed, even by only making last 16 and going out to Madison Keys today. If Sabalenka was to go out, she could even drop down to number 4 if Rybakina wins the title. +1 forehand winner from Danielle Collins cross court. That's a Collins special. This is looking more like the Collins that we saw in Charleston. And Collins in this tournament has definitely seemed a little bit more match rusty, probably because of the break she's had between Charleston and here. Obviously, she's travelled over from the US. But that's kind of the indication I'm seeing. And we saw that towards the end of the Christian match as well, where she's showing off that forehand, where she's showing off the prowess that she's developed, the confidence that she's hitting the tennis ball with. Absolutely bringing it. And we know it's Danielle Collins, and she's going to bring it because she's got a point to prove in her final year on tour. Goes for the backhand up the line, misses it. Oh, it was a double fault anyway. So it's Collins' turn to double fault, 15-all. By the way, I'm aware that there are a fair few of you watching. So please jump in the live chat. Tell me your thoughts. Send me some questions about sort of what you thought about sort of Madrid today. It's been a manic Monday in Madrid, almost Wimbledon-like from back in the day. Ace from Collins. Especially on the women's side. All the last 16 matches have been played today for the women's tour. So I'm happy to talk about some of those results. I'll also just send me your thoughts on this match, on Collins, on Sabalenka, where they're at. You are the commentators as much as I am, and I want to have a talk with you as well. I don't necessarily want to be talking at you this evening, this afternoon, this morning, wherever you are in the world, as our dear friend John would say. It's 30-15, second serve for Danielle Collins. So far, one of you thinks that Danielle Collins will win this match. It's looking good so far. Great backhand up line. Sabalenka somehow chases down Collins, moving Sabalenka from side to side. Goes cross-court with that backhand, going back behind Sabalenka. Sabalenka actually gets a really deep backhand to really short ball from Collins, who then gets the lob over Sabalenka in. It wasn't a particularly great shot from... Sabalenka didn't really take great advantage of that short ball. And so Collins able to lob her pretty effectively to get the point and move to 40-15. So yeah, let us know what you think in the poll. The win predictor had it 60-40 in favour of Sabalenka. So far, Collins hit 6 winners. Sabalenka has not hit any this match. First serve from Collins is long, so Collins is going to go again. Second serve for the American. Another late night in Madrid. Getting ready to go. Serves. Body serve. Backhand from forehand from Sabalenka. But that was way out. Collins strides back to the chair. 3-love with a break after about 30 odd minutes. Not bad. Oh, it's actually 11 minutes. We've actually been streaming for longer than that. I just wasn't here. So yeah, great job from Danielle Collins so far. She should be really pleased with the process of it. Obviously, that's 6 winners to 0. The score is not 6-love. I would be surprised, even with Sabalenka's form right now, if Collins bageled her opponent today. But hey, I've been surprised many a time before. That's why we follow tennis. Yeah, I think the winner of this match plays Mira Andreeva in the quarters. So that's going to be a big match, especially for Andreeva, first ever Masters quarterfinal. Obviously, Andreeva coming through against, coming through earlier against Jasmine Paolini, 7-6, 6-4. Very impressive performance, given how good Paolini was looking. I thought it would be a fight, but after sort of a sluggish start to the tournament, Andreeva's really motoring, and yeah, I think she's going to be a challenge whoever she plays. The now 17-year-old Mira Andreeva. Obviously, last year she lost to Sabalenka. Is she capable of getting any kind of revenge? Depends if Sabalenka gets there. And at the moment, she's 3-love down in the set. And Sean, you're quite right. Ghost probably is happy if he's watching. And hopefully Ghosty will join us and tell us how happy he is. Sabalenka's put a backhand into the net and is looking very fed up with life right now. Hey, Jake, it's always good to see you. And you are an amazing person to have in the comments. As always, I've been retweeting you a lot today. Fabulous tennis insights, as always. Backhand in play from Collins, short. Sabalenka's going to attack with the backhand, and she gets her first winner on the board. 15-all. Collins, frustrated she couldn't quite get there in time. Sabalenka's camp looking on, maybe somewhat concerned that their player might be about to run, might be in a little bit of trouble here. But she's been in positions like this before. First serve into the net, though, from Sabalenka. Definitely not looking at her best today. Wearing sort of a yellow top and pink skirt. I'm afraid she looks a little bit like one of those rhubarb and custard sweets, if you are British enough to know what those are. Forehand up the line from Collins, the backhand from Sabalenka. Collins on the defense with that backhand, which ends up on the tram line, and it's 30-15 for Aryna Sabalenka. Too good on that point. I'm glad that someone appreciated that reference. I'm not sure. Oh, Jake's supporting Sabalenka. I'm really hoping Ghosty shows up. Great return from Danielle Collins, who then gets like amazing stuff back in play. Now they're into a neutral rally. Forehand up the line from Collins, putting Sabalenka into pressure. Now she's got the short ball to attack with the backhand. And I'm not sure whether that was in or out. It was out from Collins. 40-15 Sabalenka. Terry, yes. Ice cream. Yes, that's another thought. Strawberry and vanilla. Except there's nothing vanilla about Sabalenka. She's too explosive on court and too bubbly off it. Actually, I don't know if you'd want bubbly ice cream. Anyway, Sabalenka's held serve. 3-1. So more drama to come, hopefully, in this match. Not unless you're a Danielle Collins fan and you want this to be as straightforward as possible. Reminder, Collins has never beaten Sabalenka in their previous 4 meetings. Collins is now stepping up. She's looks maybe more ready for Wimbledon on the grass with sort of the white top and the green skirt. But she goes way long on that backhand, but it doesn't matter because her first serve was long anyway. So she's going for, second serve coming up. She's taking her time before hitting it, I'll tell you that. But now she's hitting it now. Backhand in play from Sabalenka, putting Collins under pressure on the forehand. Sabalenka's going for her forehand now to the Collins' backhand, which is long. It's love 15. And as soon as I say that Sabalenka doesn't look like she's playing her best, she looks like she's now hitting some more Saba-type strokes. Yes, Michael, 15 straight matches, going for her 16th. She's won enough to win 2 back-to-back slams. Australian, the French, which is what Sabalenka's also actually going for. The Australian Open champion of 2024, of course. Collins serves, backhand from Sabalenka in play. Forehand Collins goes cross court and way wide. Overdoing that forehand, love 30. Calendar slam still on according to the producer. I'm going to be honest here. I think the person who's most likely to make the calendar slam is Jannik Sinner. We can get hyped for that. I still have doubts about Aryna winning the French, given the opposition she has to face to do it. There's nothing about her talent, but she's obviously got to deal with the queens of clay, Świątek and Rybakina. And you're probably thinking, but Nick, why are you mentioning them both? Well, here's a stat. Rybakina hasn't lost a clay court match since Madrid last year. Backhand winner from Sabalenka. Now she's moved to love 40. Break points for the Belarusian to get back on serve. The other queen of clay, of course, is Iga Świątek. Terry, plenty of people have won Grand Slams while injured. Not unheard of. Pretty sure Rafa did it a couple of times. Great serve from Collins, but then puts the return, the backhand into the net off a great Sabalenka return, and Sabalenka breaks to love 3-2. And we're back on serve, and this is going to be a contest here in Madrid, as we thought it would be. Danielle Collins, the winner in Miami and Charleston. Sabalenka, the champion in Australia. And obviously they're now in Madrid. Yes, Terry. Yes, Djokovic also won slams with injuries. Jake, I wasn't paying too much. I was watching the Sinner match in preparation for this match to go live. But I wasn't able to pay that close attention to it due to other stuff going on. But John can tell us how Sinner did.
I mean, I saw bits of it too. As I was showering, I was at the gym. Not in that order, by the way. I didn't have a shower, then go to the gym. But anyway,
yeah, I talk to you about your personal hygiene there.
Yeah, I know that would be the wrong way around. But listen, I saw the closing stages, and Kotov. Oh, he had chances. I mean, by the way, Sinner still played really well. I see someone in the chat mentioning an injury. Yeah, I saw a tweet just now from Jose Morgado regarding a potential hip issue. If he does have a hip issue, he was still moving very, very, very well in that match, despite being pushed a lot more than I expected. I mean, Kotov had a set point on Jannik's serve at 3-5. He was also serving for it. And even in the sort of after having been broken, he had chances. But Sinner just every now and again would just rip a return, and that was enough to help Jannik over the line, as has often been the case this year. I'm just dipping in to say hi because your stream is a few seconds ahead of mine, but I'll come back at the end of the first set and share my thoughts. But I did hear a stat just now regarding this match where we had that 6-0 winner count. Well, now Serena. Oh, anyway, Freudian slip there. Sabalenka has now hit 3 in quick succession, 3 winners. So she's now in that.
She's coming back indeed, and that doesn't surprise me at all. But it's love 15 for Collins. Sabalenka's put a shot into the net. We're talking about Sinner's injury, and I'm looking forward to talking more with John when he comes back after the set. Talking about Sinner's injury. That sounds very similar to what he was experiencing in Monte Carlo, actually. Don't forget, he looked like he was in pain while sliding there, and that made a massive contribution to how he ended up losing to Tsitsipas. So we've got Sabalenka serving at 15-all. Collins gets the return in play. Backhand cross court from Sabalenka to the cross court from Collins. Backhand into the net from Sabalenka, trying to go cross court again, and it's 15-30. And again, she's kind of frustrated that she didn't really hit the shot properly there. And to be fair, that was more of a slap backhand under a little bit of pressure, maybe, or maybe going for a bit too much. So a bit of more back to pressuring Sabalenka. Collins, huge serve from Sabalenka, but it's gone way long. 21 minutes on the clock. Second serve Sabalenka. It's 3-2. I'm expecting to go late here, by the way. No questions asked here. Like, unless Collins steamrolls it. Backhand, great return from Collins, forcing Sabalenka to dump a backhand into the net. Very much a defensive slice. Couldn't do anything about the great backhand from Collins. It's 15-40, and Collins has two opportunities to reinstate the break advantage that she just had. Sabalenka's looking very frustrated, given all the work she just put in to break to love on the previous service game. Sabalenka serves into the net. Can't find a first serve right now. I mean, the stats on Google saying 71%. I'm wondering if that's going... it seems high to me, but anyway. Oh, she double faulted again, and she's shrugging, and this is like old Sabalenka. This is pre-2023 Sabalenka throwing in the double faults. And critical moment, and we're back to a break advantage for the American Danielle Collins. It's 4-2. Looking very determined is Collins. Bringing in, it's now 10:30 at night in Madrid. It's 9:30 UK time. Probably for our Americans, it's mid-afternoon, mid to late afternoon. Great return from Sabalenka, but Collins has got fantastic +1 forehand that's placed wonderfully. Goes for the cross-court winner. Sabalenka had no hope of running that down. That was too good. Danielle Collins has hit a wonderful winner to try and continue to press the advantage that she has. (15-love). Collins serves out wide, misses it. By the way, if you can't stay for the whole match, or that's fine, but I just wanted to let you know that those of you who are watching, or even those who aren't, either come back or stick around for our last ball drops for Madrid, which will be starting as soon as this match is done. We'll have John and Damien on the show to go over all the results from today in Madrid. And by the way, I've been very thankful for Talking Tennis to let me that it's there for me to listen to whilst doing my day job. Body serve from... Oh, it's a mega return from Sabalenka on the forehand. No one in the world who had a hope of catching that. That was a Sabalenka special. That was an angry swipe. And she's got a point on the board in this game, 30-15. I'm going to shut this door. Oh, I can't. So Collins standing there, getting ready to go. Looks composed for Collins. Locked in. The full Danimal is not yet loose, but give it time. Goes up the tee with an amazing serve that Sabalenka just about makes. Collins goes for the inside-out forehand, which she hits the winner for. It was plumb on the line. It was a high-risk shot, but she gets it done. It's 40-15. Like, that is a... Look at this slow-mo. Just textbook shot. Going for it. Loving it. There's a little bit of a sight of the Danimal. By the way, did everyone enjoy seeing Collins... have a go at that person in the crowd yesterday? First serve into the net, by the way. Loved it. Like, come here and you come here and you do this job. Yeah, you tell him, Danielle. I see so many people share their opinions on tennis players who have no idea on what it's like. I'm one of them, so I try to be nice. Backhand winner from Collins up the line. Great job from Collins. She moves to 5-2 and a game away from this opening set. Agreed, Jake. She is dialed in. She is dialed in as she's dialed in. It looks like she did in Charleston and Miami. By the way, I'm seeing Karen Khachanov has won his match against Flavia Cobolli. So Khachanov will be taking on Sinner in the last 16 of the men's event. So So yeah, great result for Khachanov. Maybe if Sinner's injured, he's got a chance of making life difficult. All right, here we go. Oh, Nerlan's here. Hello, Nerlan. Terry, what did Runa say? Because I feel like what he said was a lot worse than what Collins did. I think what Collins said was entirely reasonable. I think it's all going to depend on what he said. By the way, if anyone is new watching, then please do subscribe to the channel, because we will be bringing you lots of great content, not just this commentary, not just the Last Ball Drops show later, but also more live streams, hopefully tomorrow, particularly if you're a Rafael Nadal fan, who I believe is playing tomorrow. Who is he playing tomorrow? I think Nadal is... Lehechka. Nadal's playing Lehechka. We've got Sabalenka serving to stay in this first set, trying to avoid losing it too much to Collins. And it's a great first serve. No, it was a let. She's having no. She got the first serve in, and Collins put the return into the net. She sighs, picks up a new ball, gets ready to go. First serve. Sabalenka is long. I can see her first serve percentage slowly declining. Sabalenka going out wide on the first serve. Forehand up really short from Sabalenka, which catches Collins out. It was almost a drop shot. Lob from Sabalenka. Collins runs for it, but it's lost long. It's 15 all. Looking to her box, getting advice from her team, Sabalenka. Could be 3 points from the game. Could be 3 points from being set down to Danielle Collins. Sabalenka goes up the tee. Backhand in play from Collins. An excellent return that puts Sabalenka on the disadvantage immediately. And Sabalenka's attempt at picking up that backhand is long, and she's throwing a ball away in frustration. And it's 15-30. Matthew, I didn't see the Jabeur-Ostapenko match actually. I heard about it. I was interested in seeing it was a 6-love first set for Jabeur. I thought it would be a little bit more competitive, but great win for Ons nonetheless. So yeah, if anyone did see it, please share your thoughts on that match. Backhand up the line from Collins. The Sabalenka forehand that goes cross court. Great cross court forehand from Collins on the stretch, but she gets it done. Sabalenka cannot do anything about it. She's 2 set points down on serve, 15-40. And Aryna Sabalenka is in real trouble here in Madrid. Perhaps even fortunate not to have already lost the set, given she did fight well to get that first break back, but let's see what happens from there as she tries to serve. She puts it in the net. Already some frustration for Sabalenka. Second serve to try and defend set point. Second serve. Backhand from Collins on the attack. Sabalenka's going to get her backhand up the middle. Forehand, Collins moving Sabalenka around. Forehand of Sabalenka to the Collins. Forehand shoot, she puts in the net. Continue to try to move Sabalenka around. The forehand up the line, this time failing her. And 30-40. That's a set point opportunity missed out by Danielle Collins, who was on the front foot in that rally. But she's got another opportunity to look at here. But this is Aryna Sabalenka, and she doesn't give many people a second look. 30-40. Sabalenka goes out wide on the serve. Too good. Unreturnable. This is what I mean. Doesn't give Collins a second chance, and it's deuce. 2 set points saved by the Australian Open champion, the former world number 1. And don't forget, she was briefly world number 1 during 2023. Were it not for Świątek's amazing run at the end of the year, she probably could have ended the year number 1. Great serve from Sabalenka. Collins somehow gets in court, and then Sabalenka puts the forehand into empty space and roars. There's the tiger coming out. There's Tiger Aryna. That is advantage to Aryna Sabalenka. definitely firing herself up now. Wants to make this a challenge. Wants to make it like difficult for Danielle Collins. Great first serve. Collins gets the return in play with a +1 forehand from Sabalenka over the baseline, and it's deuce. Jake's cheering Sabalenka on. Surprised we don't have any more Collins fans in here. I hope you're all enjoying this, and hopefully this is something that you like listening to either whilst watching the match or whilst we've got some. Whilst you've got, if you can't watch it, then at least I'm bringing it to you. Great serve from Sabalenka, unreturnable. It's an ace, in fact, and it's an advantage to Aryna Sabalenka. Yeah, Tigerian. I meant Tigerina, but yes, I do realise I've ended up with some kind of Game of Thrones reference there. I think Aryna Sabalenka is probably a nicer person than the Targaryens. Advantage Sabalenka, who has a second serve to try and put this away. Goes out wide. Great return from Danielle Collins, but just misses it. And Sabalenka strides to get ready to receive the serve because it's 5-3 Collins. She's got herself out of trouble there. Collins is going to have to serve this one out, and she's going to have to put those 2 set points opportunities behind her, especially that one where she had a forehand up the line she could have done something with and was maybe a little bit too tentative, a little bit too tight with that forehand. Yes. The Danimal taking on the Tigerina. Pretty sure I've just suggested something that's highly illegal and probably cruel. But anyway. Fortunately, these two absolutely love the sport, even if Danielle Collins is planning on stopping playing it professionally. Second serve from Collins to start this game to close out the set. Lots of Saba support in the chat. That's interesting. Wasn't expecting that. Backhand from Collins just clears the net. Forehand up the line from Sabalenka. Cross court Collins. Sabalenka having to stretch for that forehand. Backhand Collins into the open court. A bit too close to the baseline for her liking, but gets the job done, and it's 15-love. Say it's 15-love. Score's not changing over. Are they able to play a let? Oh, the challenge. Oh, Collins missed it. Collins missed the shot I thought was a winner. The open court was there and she's missed it, and she was making that before. And it's love 15. Cracks starting to show. First serve from Collins into the net now. And I've been making comments about the percentages, and it looks like Collins' first serve percentage is lower. Maybe it's because we've had fewer points on her serve. Backhand in play from Sabalenka. Forehand cross court from Collins, putting Sabalenka under pressure, but he looked like he was just going to make that backhand, but it just ended up not clearing the net. Hit the top and falls back her side, 15-all. Yeah, I've forgotten what point I was in the middle of there. Other than the tennis point, but Danielle Collins hoping to put this away as quickly as possible. Great serve up the tee from Danielle, gets a short return from Sabalenka. Sabalenka picks up the +1 from Collins, which somehow lands in court. Backhand Sabalenka, it's neutral again. Cross court from Collins. Backhand Sabalenka, cross court to the Collins backhand, which is sliced. Doesn't matter because Sabalenka's backhand was wide. It's 30-15. That was crazy crazy defense from Sabalenka. Collins should have put that point away a lot easier, as we've got another challenge that was just long. And it's actually 15-30, so Collins has gone long again. Jake, you work nights, you're always sleep deprived. First serve out wide from Collins, but it's long. The pressure's ratcheting up on the American who's trying to put this set away. Sabalenka's a different kind of quality of opponent. Like you really, Jake, don't worry. It's all friendly. Great serve from Collins, then goes cross court on the forehand. Sabalenka attacks with that forehand, but goes over the baseline. It's 30-all. Collins 2 points away from the set. This is a real fight for Danielle. Interesting question from Matthew about Cashin asking for Nadal's shirt. And David Laws thought that he didn't like it. No, I don't have a problem with that. I'll probably go into why in a minute, but yeah, great first serve from. Oh no, it wasn't great first serve. Actually, she was trying to go up the tee. I thought it was good, but it's just long. Agree with you, Matthew. I think it would be awesome for the stadium impact of this match. It would be better for it to be the first night match, actually, in some ways. Backhand in play from Sabalenka just clips off the top of the net. Now she's got a cross court to the Collins cross court backhand up the line from Sabalenka. Collins on the defense. Too good from Sabalenka, and it's 30-40. Break back again for Aryna to officially make this set topsy-turvy. Shifting momentum. I get why people don't like what Cashin did, because he was acting more like a fan than a professional player. But I think it's a mark of respect to his opponent. And it wasn't like he let Nadal stomp on him like Ruud does. Or Berrettini did with Federer. Great serve up the tee from Collins, which draws but Sabalenka's return is on the baseline, but that forehand from Sabalenka is over the baseline. Breakpoint opportunity missed. We're at deuce. Yeah, I think there's no harm in sort of respecting the legend of an opponent. I don't know how old Cashin is. No. Someone he probably didn't expect to be playing Rafa in his career was Darwin Blanche, Jake. Probably thought Rafa would be long done by the time he started playing. First serve out wide from Collins, but it's a great return from Sabalenka. Collins got the backhand into open space and misses it again. That's the third backhand into open space that she's put over the baseline. It's an advantage to Sabalenka. This is not how Collins wanted to do. She should have put this set away by now, but it's sort of 3 loose errors. Same kind of error as well. Serve up the tee from Collins is too good. There's the Danielle. She's roaring. She's pointing at the court. She's not moving. That is an ace from Danielle Collins. Cashin thanking Rafa for making his dreams come true. Probably would have been more of a dream to beat him. But I think the Rafa fans are glad he didn't. First serve from Collins is good up the tee. Sabalenka somehow gets the return in play. Cross-court forehand from Collins again. Has Sabalenka on the defense. The next backhand from the mid-court for Collins. But it's passed by Sabalenka. Again, trying to move Sabalenka around. But Sabalenka is so quick. Amazing defense from Sabalenka. And that's a skill that she has that we don't talk about enough. Like, maybe Collins could have done more with that backhand. But I can understand why she was a bit more tentative with that. And yeah, Sabalenka hits the pass. Collins grimacing because she knows that she kind of left the door open a bit there. It's another break point for Aryna Sabalenka. First serve from Collins is good. Sabalenka's got the cross-court forehand that Collins is having to scramble for on the defense. Sabalenka's hitting into space and she gets it. She hits the winner. She's broken back. It's 5-4. That was a good return game from Sabalenka, but I think Collins got a bit tight and let her in there. And yeah, we continue to be treated here in Madrid. What kind of a match we're going to get from here? Can Sabalenka even things up in this match? She's been coming from behind this entire time. Yeah, looks lots of people very excited about this. Well, I think you can tell I probably should have gone to a break, but never mind. We might have to do that at the next change of ends, depending on how things go for that. It's currently 5-4. Collins still a game away from the set. It's not fully over, but she has to hope that she stays locked in. She has to hope that she stays locked in here. Does Aryna Sabalenka. Too late to say if the match has turned. I would say it depends if I think the match has only turned if Sabalenka gets a break. Another one. In this first set. I'd say the match has been neutralized for now. Sabalenka stepping out to serve to stay in the match again. She served to stay in the match at 2-5, had set points against her, saved them. Sabalenka goes, tries to get up the tee, puts the first serve into the net. Interestingly, Sabalenka's first serve percentage has finally gone behind Collins. Great return from Collins, but really short. Forehand from Sabalenka on the attack. Drop shot from Sabalenka. Collins is going to come in, passes her, and she gets revenge for that passing shot in the last game. Great shot from Collins on the forehand, and it's love 15. 3 points away from the set again, Collins. Sabalenka's turn to be a bit tentative. Having to step back out there again. Just sort of rolls her eyes a bit in sort of Sana Sabalenka frustration when things aren't quite going her way. First service off the top of the net and well out of court. Collins is going to have to wait for a second serve. Let's see what Sabalenka can produce. Goes out wide. Backhand from Collins in play. Forehand to the Collins. Forehand is over the baseline. 15-all. Yeah, I wanted to watch Goff versus Keys Matthew, but I didn't get back from work in time. So you're seeing a bit of a messy one from Goff. I mean, I don't know if Goff's serving issues ever really went away. But maybe she's putting a bit more pressure on herself at the minute. But Goff is still in a good position to take the world number 2 spot. Sabalenka has to win Madrid to retain the world number 2 ranking. If she loses a match, she will lose the number 2 spot. Great return from Collins, putting Sabalenka at a disadvantage. That was a wonderful return over the net, kind of short, but really awkwardly placed. And it's 15-30. Collins on the move in this return game. Keys obviously taking on Jabeur in the quarterfinals, which I believe is tomorrow. The other quarterfinal taking place tomorrow being Iga Świątek is taking on Beatrice Haddad-Maia, which could be an interesting one given how much of a thorn in the side Haddad-Maia's been for her and Iga in the past. Second serve for Sabalenka. Collins just clears the return. Forehand Collins under pressure is long. Forced error, 30-all. We will be discussing Shirtgate on after we look back at the Madrid. Whilst I'll look back at the Madrid action with John and Damien, our sleep-deprived European friends. Sabalenka tries to get up the tee but goes wide. This is definitely a tight match. 30-all, second serve. Is there any more crucial moment, especially at this kind of game when it's a game like 4-5? Backhand from Collins on the attack. That's a winner. That's a Collins special on the return winner that she's been producing for the last few tournaments. And she's now got herself another set point, her third one, and the first of this service game. Is she going to make the most of her opportunities, Danielle Collins? Or will Aryna Sabalenka snatch it away once again? Every point is its own amazing chapter of the story that's being written on the clay. Backhand in play from Collins off her first serve. Backhand up the line from Sabalenka. Scooped back by Collins, but the backhand's been long by Sabalenka. Collins has the first set 6-4. Completely agree, Jake. Collins' backhand, one of the best shots in the WTA when it's working. Absolutely wonderful shot. So is Sabalenka's backhand, actually. Like, I know Sabalenka's got that awesome forehand that can do a lot of damage, but I would be reticent to go into a backhand-to-backhand rally with Sabalenka if I was a pro. Now, I probably wouldn't want to hit a shot at Aryna Sabalenka because I know it's going to come scorching past me at 100 miles an hour. So there we go. Danielle Collins is going to be is coming in, and we're going to have some thoughts on that set coming in from John. So yeah, Danielle Collins, 6'4", made life a little bit more complicated for herself there.
Hey, Nick. Sorry, I didn't hear your question because I had you on mute. Because I want you on mute. I got you on mute because I know you're a few seconds ahead. But I heard you say something about making life too complicated for herself.
Yeah, that was the question.
Okay, you mean
Collins.
Danielle Collins, I guess.
Yeah,
yes,
Collins,
I guess so. But I don't forget that was an incredible service break from Sabalenka as well. I know there were some shots that went 2 or 3 centimeters long from Danielle Collins, but anyway, listen, the set as a whole did not disappoint. It's living up to its reputation of, there's no holds barred every time. I mean, I'm wondering if anyone on the tour has ever ripped apart Sabalenka's serve as often as Danielle Collins did in that first set.
I could probably think of a couple of people, but
I can think of Sabalenka herself.
Yeah.
She's torn her own serve apart a few times, but I guess you're thinking of Iga, yes, on occasion, but I guess it's the venom with which I'm seeing Danielle.
I was thinking of Rybakina.
You're thinking of Rybakina too. Rybakina in Stuttgart, I thought, returned really well in that particular match, but I mean the actual return ball rather than the whole return game. But nevertheless, this is not disappointing. The service breaks is impressive, particularly given the altitude and how good Aryna is in this environment on serve. And yeah, there was a point just now when Aryna did finally get that break. And by the way, this is the first time, of course, Collins has won the first set in her matches so far because she kept going down a set and having to come back. So it'll be interesting to see how she copes with being the front runner. But yeah, this is delivering.
Sabalenka's off court, by the way. So we might be on a little bit of a break here. I completely agree with sort of the venom that Collins herself produces on the return. And those are the kind of shots she's been producing for the last few weeks on tour, last month. Super impressive for the American who, should definitely be proud of herself. And I don't know, this is reminding me of some of the matches that I commentate on in Charleston, where she goes up and looks like she's in control and has an answer for everything. But this is Aryna Sabalenka. This is a very different quality of opponent compared to even the top 10 players that Collins has been beating.
So Collins had a run. Oh no, Sabalenka had a run of 8 points in a row. I wonder when that was. Maybe around the time that she broke earlier on, because I think she broke to love.
She broke, Collins to love on that first break back.
Right. The other break was a much tighter affair. So there were 5 breaks of serve, I guess, in that set. But obviously the decisive one coming at the end there from Danielle. I still think maybe Aryna can live at this level maybe a bit longer than Danielle. But hey, listen, I mean, Danielle could win the next set 6-2 and it's lights out and good night Vienna and hello Madrid, whatever the expression could or should be. I'm inventing them now, but I just think that if it does, for example, if Aryna can hang and just keep there, I just see her managing. She's playing, if there is such a thing with these two players, she is possibly playing with a slight more margin. One of the key things as well for me with Aryna is when she gets it low over the net. If she goes over the net with low margin, I find that Danielle finds that a bit more difficult to deal with. So even if the ball falls short, if it's got a low net coverage and Danielle's having to bend down for it, that is a bit trickier for her. If it's pretty deep, Danielle can just hit it on the rise and fly with it. Anyway, listen, they're about to start the next set, so I'll probably speak to you at the end of this set, whether that be the match or the set itself.
We'll find out. Collins hit an unreturnable serve to start the game. So exactly what she would have wanted to do. Great insights from John on that. I do think that Collins will be able to maintain this level, judging by how she's been producing, what she was producing against Rybakina in Miami in that final. But I do agree, like Sabalenka low margin shots incredibly difficult for anyone to pick up, to be honest. 30 love. Again, Collins moving comfortably with it. We appear to not have the score on the screen, so might need to get that fixed if you can hear me. 40 love, unreturnable serve. I may have to give you kind of updates as we go on the score. But it's 40 love, and this is so far dream start to the set for Danielle Collins. Another great first serve. The Sabalenka return is wide, but the first serve was actually long from Danielle, so got a second set for Aryna to look at. Serve up the tee from Collins. Great job. And Sabalenka's return is over the baseline. Collins holds to love. Probably her most comfortable service hold that she's had for a while, and already on the board in the set and looking very comfortable right now. Right, let's see if we can get score up here so we know what is going on. Stats showing on screen, very similar on forced error count from both, actually. Sabalenka hitting 9, Collins hitting 10. So really, it very much feels like Collins went out and won that set. I don't think Aryna conceded that much. And yeah, I'd agree with that. I think Collins kind of made Aryna's life a little bit difficult. Maybe Sabalenka was a little bit short on shots and gave her some windows, but you could say the same for Collins. First serve out wide from Sabalenka. Great start for her. 15 love. As just gonna sort this out so we can have a look at the score. Where is this? Here we go. Here we go. Right, there we go. Hopefully you can all see that. So at least we're up to speed as Sabalenka moves to 30 love. Backhand from Collins is short. Backhand return from Collins is short, and Sabalenka finished off with that forehand. Then it's a great step up the tee from Sabalenka, which is also unreturnable. It's 40 love. Sabalenka kind of saying, well, anything you can do. Anything you can do, I can match it. And that's what John was talking about earlier. You know, Sabalenka's just got to keep up with Collins as much as she can. Sabalenka bunts the ball toss there. Goes out wide of the first serve. Too good. Holds to love. Her turn to do that. 1 game all. Quick start to the second set. I do have to say, I think Mira Andreeva will be worried whoever she plays in this match, in the quarterfinals, because Andreeva still has to yet to work out, excuse me, yet to work out how to live with big hitters, as most people do. Very few players can live with big hitters, even big hitters themselves. But this is something that Andreeva, against the biggest of big hitters, there's still something for her to learn and adjust to. But she's done a great job to better her result from last year, has the Russian. But that's the future. We don't know who she's playing yet. Danielle Collins goes up the tee with her second serve and then goes backhand to the Sabalenka backhand. He goes up the line. Great backhand from Sabalenka. That's a winner. Love 15. Great backhand winner. And Jake's making some interesting points in the chat about the incremental improvements. And yeah, I think we were speaking about them when she won the Australian Open the first time. The first time, I think we were talking about that, particularly on the serve, and like how all these little things that she was doing were making a big difference. But I think now we've kind of got used to that. We've kind of defaulted to the same sort of standard narrative with Sabalenka because she's doing what she does really, really well. Yeah, I know Mira beat Noskova, and Noskova is a big hitter. That is true, but I don't know if her hitting is quite the same yet as Sabalenka's or Collins or Rybakina's. I could see it getting there for sure. I think Noskova is one of the most exciting up-and-coming talents in the WTA right now. I put her similar level to Andreeva in that respect, even though she's a couple of years older. And only like a year younger than Goff, actually. But Goff is exceptional in how quickly she's kind of established herself as a top player, given her age. We kind of forget how young she actually is. Kind of move on to the next young gun. 15-all, by the way, and it's an unreturnable serve from Collins, and Sabalenka looks very frustrated because she thought she might have had a play on that. It's 30-15. 4 minutes to go until the hour mark. Mira, yes, definitely a very consistent player, Jake. I think that's very good for her at this stage in her career. It's something for her to build on. Serve from Collins is wide, trying to go up the tee. She's loving that tee serve at the minute, Collins. She's realizing she's got a lot of mileage out of it. 30-15. Bans the ball toss on the second serve bit. Maybe a little bit of tightness coming in for the American. Maybe she doesn't like that end of the court. Goes up the tee again, though, but it's a mega return from Sabalenka. Absolutely brilliant. She gets a racket on it and gets enough on it to hit a winner off. Amazing. Like, she was completely off balance, but she got a great strike. And it's 30-all. Nerland, Mira's going to play against the winner of this match on court. Based on how things are going right now, it's Danielle Collins, but that could change very quickly. Maybe even might change based on the outcome of this point, because it's 30-all. Collins goes up wide. Backhand up the line from Collins. Backhand Sabalenka across court. Collins is going to reach it with her backhand. Goes up the line. Sabalenka struggles to reach it, but gets it back anyway. Collins is still moving around. Sabalenka slices, gives Collins the short ball. Collins steps on the backhand, and Sabalenka cannot live with that. It's 40-30. Marcus, hello. Another Aryna fan. Interesting. Definitely more Aryna fans in chat today. Terry, what age do the limitations lift? I think it's 18. Pretty sure it's 18. I think that's kind of the age of adulthood in most countries. Backhand up the line from Collins, but there's kind of a discussion about a missed ball. I think we've got a challenge going on. We've seen the outcome. Yeah, so Collins, so there's a challenge on the serve, and it just clipped the line. Just. I think it would have been called out, and it clipped the line by a millimetre. Sabalenka's looking at the mark going, how can this possibly be? Because she knows this is going to be a let and a first serve for Collins. Sabalenka's not hoping that because she was hoping for a second serve to look at. But you're joining the last ball drops, Nerlan. I think John and Damien will love talking tennis with you, and I know you'll be looking very much forward to talking with John and Damien. Great backhand from Collins, who then tries to draw the error. Who draws the error from Sabalenka. Collins fist pumps. We got to come on, and it's them both straight into the net. Sabalenka maybe ruining a missed opportunity to create a break opportunity. 2-1 in this set on serve. This feels like a little bit closer compared to the first set, which ends up being fairly close anyway. But I think it's going to be a bit more tighter run than trying to see it as Sabalenka pulling off a comeback. Neil asking where you can watch the game live. Depends on what country you're in. Otherwise, I might be able to know depending on the country. So this is going to be a big result. I'm just having a look through, see what we've got going on here. Yeah, we've got some interesting matches still going on here tomorrow. I'm looking forward to seeing how Soon everyone move on. WTA TV is a good shout, Terry, depending on which country you're in. It's not in every country. Jake continuing to root for Sabalenka. Stepping out. He's stepping out on court, getting ready to serve. Sorry, I got a message. I need to check that. Right. Sorry for the break. So let's focus back on the match. Let me know what your thoughts are and any other questions you want me to address. Unreturnable serve from Sabalenka to start us off. 15-love. Yeah. Neil, if you can't watch any games live, then feel free to subscribe to us and we will keep you updated on all the tennis, or at least all the tennis that we are able to bring you. Certainly, if you missed a lot of the tennis, you can catch us for the Madrid roundup show after the end of this match with John and Damien. Great return from Danielle Collins. Wonderful backhand up the line that Sabalenka gets a racket on. But by that point, she couldn't control it. It's 15-all, and Collins is looking to try and make a move in this game. Collins looking very steadfast here. Sabalenka serves, she's on wide on that first serve. Tension running high in Madrid. Second serve from Sabalenka is delivered into the net. Double faults for Aryna. 15-30. Vulnerability still lurking somewhere beneath the surface. Sabalenka giving Collins a little bit of an opportunity to go a set and a break up. How ahead of ourselves are we getting here? Sabalenka serves, goes up the tee, misses it. Frustrated she misses it. Second serve at 15-30. Collins is getting ready to try and take this second serve on. Goes for the backhand. Sabalenka goes for the forehand cross court. It's too good. There was too much space. And it's 30-all. Collins couldn't run that down. No hope. Too good on that forehand. And like, one of those things is just the easy power that Sabalenka has. Just naturally flowing from her racket. Sabalenka serves out wide. Great return from Collins. That's a return winner off a first serve from Sabalenka. Brilliant forehand from Collins, and it's 30-40. Collins went up the line. She timed it to perfection. And Sabalenka's frustrated. She's down break point again. Looking very frustrated, Sabalenka. Things not really going her way at the minute. Let's see if she can dig herself out of trouble here on this break point. Serves. Collins has got the backhand in play. Backhand cross court from Sabalenka. Collins is on the defense, but gets the ball back. Cross court forehand from Sabalenka. Collins is going to try and defend, but overhits it. It's over the baseline. The first break point is saved. Deuce. Sean suggesting that Mirren might be Iga's threat for number one. Not this year, Sean. I think in like 4 years, 5 years. Yes. Maybe even 3 years. But I don't see Mira threatening in 2024. And who knows what happens, landscape will be like in 3, 4, 5 years, because Iga might have a big injury, or Rybakina is going to be the one to beat, or Goff fixes a lot of her issues and becomes a real threat, or there are other players out there. Raducanu fixes her problems and suddenly she's a big name. Oh, Sabalenka kind of put off by a weird ball from Collins, but still manages to get the winner, and it's game to Sabalenka 2-all. Honestly, I think Iga's biggest threat for number one, if it was going to come this year or in the next 12 months, is going to be Rybakina. I feel like those two are starting to separate themselves off a bit. Obviously, long way to go. There are other players who again, could put themselves in the mix. Danielle Collins being one of them. She's serving at 2-all. At the minute, this match is becoming a little bit more nip and tuck. Danielle Collins has missed the first serve. She's going for the second serve. Goes wide. Sabalenka, great forehand return. Again, one of those wonderful, easy swings that delivers a winner. And frankly, the return winners from both players have been absolutely glorious to watch. Love 15. Love 15. Jake loving that winner from Sabalenka. First 7. Collins is good, unreturnable. 15-all. Collins just follows it up, doesn't get tight, just delivers excellence in response to excellence. Such is the level that the Americans been bringing. 15-all. Collins aborts the ball toss. And delivers the first serve as an ace out wide. Didn't look like it was going to be that, but it is. It's 30-15. Here's a question for you. And this is one of the few questions which I'm asking here to be deliberately maybe a bit controversial. But if Danielle Collins beat Iga Świątek at the Australian Open, would we have seen her in the final again? Would she have beaten Sabalenka? 40-15 as Sabalenka dubs a backhand into the net off the Collins forehand. Sabalenka again a bit frustrated with her team. Agreed, Jake. Yes, Collins backing herself no matter what. This is what she does. This is what she's best at. But yeah, feel free to, anyone who's watching, go on, let me know what you think. Great shot from Collins. Game. And 3-2. On the 3-2. And as we change ends, we'll just take here's a little bit of more information about the channel in case you are new.
Thanks for tuning into this watch along. While there's a break in play, here's a reminder to hit the like button, subscribe and click that notification bell. Your support helps to keep the channel going. While we're here, you can now become a member to enjoy perks including badges for the live chat, but also bonus material such as interviews with top players from both ATP and WTA tours. The membership link is pinned in the live chat. You can also follow us on Twitter, Facebook and Instagram. So whether it be serves or volleys, forehands or backhands, serve bots or drop shots, we've got you covered, whether that be via our website, talking-tennis.com, where you can read features and interviews from our top writers. Or if you prefer us in audio form, you can subscribe to our podcast on Apple, Amazon or Spotify or wherever you get your podcasts from. Remember, we offer you wall-to-wall coverage via our regular watch-alongs, magazine shows such as Nick's WTA Weekly or Damien and Mario's ATP version. Plus, we deliver top content from people on the ground, actually at the tournaments, so you get even nearer to the action. So, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on all things tennis.
And we're back. Just in time to see Aryna Sabalenka deliver a serve. Then follows up with a +1 backhand as only Aryna Sabalenka can. It's a winner. 15 love. I agree, Sean. I would love to hear an audiobook read by John. In fact, actually, I'm surprised he's not done the audiobook for Even in the Defeats. Available on Amazon somewhere. For those who are wondering, no, it's not a book about tennis. It is a book about football. But great backhand return from Collins, but opens up for the backhand cross-court for Sabalenka, which still catches the lines. Another winner. It's 30 love. Sabalenka kind of moving on past the frustration of the missed opportunity in the previous service game. They've only had one break point chance this set so far. It definitely feels a bit more of a tussle between these two now. Sabalenka's going wide, trying to get up the tee with that serve. So we've got a second serve coming in. 1 minute, 1 hour and 11 o'clock. Huge return from Collins. Gets the short ball from Sabalenka. They're trading forehands. Sabalenka looked like she's going long. Now she has to slice under pressure from Collins. It goes cross court on the forehand, and that ends up being a winner. Sabalenka swings and a miss. And it's 30-15. That was a wonderful point from Danielle Collins. Absolutely wonderful point from Danielle Collins. So she's got herself a foothold in this game. Let's see where she can go from here. Here's Sabalenka. Serves, misses the first serve, goes long. She's going for more of a body serve that time. So we've got a second serve for a Sabalenka. Direction she's going to go in is out wide. Backhand from Collins, cross court. Sabalenka goes up the line with her backhand. Collins has to slice to get that ball back into play. Backhand from Sabalenka on the puts Collins on the stretch of the backhand, puts it into the net. That was a difficult one for Collins to pick up, and it's 40-15. Good point from Sabalenka, dealt with the Collins return well, and then got herself on the advantage on the front foot in that rally. So she's now a point away from getting this to 3-all. And she does with with a great serve. There was a short ball. Sabalenka follows up with a +1 drop shot. 3-all. And it's back to Collins already. Interesting times here in Madrid. Tense battle going on. What will this bring? 3-all. They're just changing rackets for the new balls. That should help Collins a little bit, but you never know. Maybe the new balls will help the returner in this case. I mean, I don't think you could call that gentleman a ball kid. He looks about 30. I forget that they're not actually kids here in Madrid. It's an interesting setup there. Danielle Collins is waiting for things to settle down before getting into her service motion, and we know it's ready to go because all the sponsors have flushed back up onto the board. Still bouncing the ball. I want to get some action going here. Come on, let's see what's happening in this match. Collins goes out wide with the first serve, and Sabalenka's return hits the net. 15-love. By the way, I'm going to answer my own question. Do I think Danielle Collins could have won the Australian Open? The answer is no. I think Sabalenka was playing at a level that was far above anyone else in that draw. And I think it's a level that Sabalenka's not found since, but is still capable of. Ace from Collins, 30-love. But I think in that scenario, I genuinely don't think there was anyone in that Australian Open draw that could have stopped Sabalenka, even if Rybakina hadn't lost to Anna Blinkova in that mad match. Serve out wide from Collins, who then gets a great return from Sabalenka. Now she's got a slice to deal with. Forehand up the line from Collins is long, 30-15. Didn't cope with the slice well from Aryna. Going to try and finish that one off. Actually, that's a good point. Anyone who watching, I would love to hear your thoughts. What do you think has been the best WTA match of the year so far? Because we've had a few decent matches, actually, out there that's happened. Maybe nothing that we're like super hyped about as an all-time classic, but you know, I'm making like a log of all the matches that I'm seeing like hype about afterwards or during, and it's getting pretty long, actually. I think I'm already up to like 30. We're only about 5 months into the year. Double fault from Collins, 30-all, giving Sabalenka a look at this game. Yeah, Jake, waiting for that level from Sabalenka to return. It could come at any moment, maybe in this match. What can Sabalenka force here? 30 all on the Collins service. Another difficult service game for the American. Sabalenka had chances before. Huge serve from Collins. Thought that was an ace, to be honest, but it's not. It's a second serve. She missed it. Not by much. Takes her time before getting the ball out of her pocket, though. Oh, that's because she's challenged the serve. It was out, unfortunately, for Collins. So she's got a second serve here. The Sabalenka forehand into the net, and she's frustrated with that because she had a play on it, but she put it straight into the middle of the net. 40-30. Collins has gained point. You think Sabalenka got an easy draw? She got Anna Samova, who she had problems with before. Krejcikova, who on her day can cause anyone problems. And Coco Gauff, who last time they played, Sabalenka lost to. Serve out wide from Danielle. Collins does not draw an error on return. It's a great return from Sabalenka. Then uses the open court and hits up the line. And Collins is being very sarcastic about... Oh, she's discussing with the umpire about a call, I think. There's a disagreement between Collins and the umpire. If anyone's listening, would love to know what's going on here. Collins is clearly very frustrating. She's making hand gestures and clearly acting very sarcastic. Iconic, perhaps? I don't know. I feel like it depends on the level of respect that's being shown here. Yeah, umpires. I think umpires overrule the call. Okay, there's a challenge. I think we're going to get a challenge. From Sabalenka's ball was in. So Collins is going to have to move on with that. Replaying the point. 40-30. Goes out wide with the first serve. Backhand up the line from Collins. Sabalenka scrabbles that one. Collins has to run back, but yeah, the error has been forced. Collins is celebrating getting the point and finally getting through the game, and we're back to 4-3. Change of... Right, okay, so Collins stopped the point to challenge it. Got it wrong because she thought Sabalenka's ball was out. So why did they replay the point, or was that Sabalenka's return? I feel like that's conceding the point. Anastasia and Krejcikova not their best. Krejcikova, I mean, she beat Andreeva unexpectedly, maybe. I would say on paper, Sabalenka's draw was tough. And you know, Krejcikova has beat there before, but usually you would expect Sabalenka to be up in that matchup. And Samova got some good wins on her way through. When was the last time Anna Samova was her best? She's still kind of living off the reputation from that Roland Garros semi-final run at 17. Deservedly so. She's got the level in her. But yeah, I definitely wouldn't there's a difference between an easy draw in terms of the on paper, like quality of opponent, and the actual quality of opponent. Because you could argue Novak Djokovic got an easy draw when he won Australian Open 2019 because Rafa didn't show up in that final. Sabalenka's now stepping up at 3-4, potentially danger time, but Collins' return has gone long. It's 15. Oh, no, there's another challenge here. My score on Google's ticked over to love 15. Oh, the Collins return has clipped the line. Sabalenka had a play on it, missed it, and so the point's been given away. It's love 15. I think that might be harsh. I would have still, but I guess like she actually was reacting before the call. Love 15. Fortunate start for Collins. First service long from Sabalenka. Collins hasn't had a look at the Sabalenka service game since the beginning, since like 2-1 this set. Backhand from Collins cross court. Sabalenka backhand looped up to the Collins backhand they're still trading backhands at the minute. Collins tries to go up the line with her backhand. Didn't really have the play for that 15-all. Collins has gone a lot, like went wide and long with that one. I could see what she was trying to do, but with the trajectory of the backhand, the change of direction was probably a little bit too difficult. But I'm an armchair enthusiast. I don't know. I probably would have. It probably looked like good from a pro's perspective. Collins gets a backhand into play off the first serve of Sabalenka. Gives Sabalenka the short ball to play with on the forehand, and Sabalenka just clips the line and hits a winner. Not really playing the percentages there, but she gets the job done. There's a challenge on that ball. Yeah, it was well in. It clips the line, 30-15. Sabalenka, very happy with that. Now, as I said from Sabalenka, Collins gets the backhand into play. Sabalenka hits the forehand into space on the +1. It's 40-15. Another winner. And Sabalenka's playing a lot better this set compared to the first set. For sure. Lovely to see all of you watching as Sabalenka's dealing with the Collins +1. That next shot from Collins on the cross-court forehand is too good. It's 40-30. Excellent winner from Collins. Fabulous return, getting a short return foot +1 off Sabalenka, and Collins finished it off. Let's see what Sabalenka can do here at this game point. Collins again gets the return in play. Sabalenka goes on the attack with the forehand. Collins just about gets the net cord. Very fortunate. Sabalenka puts the backhand into the net, trying to deal with the short net cord. Collins very fortunate again. We're at deuce. A little like fortune currently favouring Collins right now. Sabalenka back at deuce, but not fully of her own doing. You could argue maybe she could have played that call, but it was a tricky situation. Better, but it was a tricky situation. First serve from Sabalenka. Collins just about gets the ball back in play. Sabalenka goes for the +1 forehand. Collins goes for the passing shot, which he hits cross-court win on the forehand. And for the first time in a while, I think since Sabalenka served at 1-2, we have a break point. Yeah, it is. So it's been a while since the last break point. Collins was the one with a break point chance. Can she take this one? Danielle Collins. Looks like she's in the zone. She's going to have to be going for this one. Sabalenka gets her first serve out. Trying to go out wide. She was going for that corner. Just missed it. Second serve to try and claim, to try and avoid going down a break. Collins' backhand is long and wide. She overhit the backhand on the return, and it's deuce. Sabalenka digs herself out of trouble. Again, going out wide on the serve. Collins may be trying to do a little bit too much again. What's Danielle got to bring here? Sabalenka serves long, very, very long as well. Not ideal for the Belarusian. Second serve here. Sabalenka serves into the net, double fault, and she thinks about smashing the racket and thinks better of it because she's going to need that to save another break point. Team trying to encourage her on. Looking on as Sabalenka, this is going to be the third break point that she's got to deal with in this set, second of the game. Goes out wide of the first serve. Collins gets an excellent return in play that Sabalenka has to scramble, but Collins having to run for the +1 forehand. For the forehand, Sabalenka did well to scramble that return up the line and into space, and Collins tried to reach it and hit the cross-court forehand and put it in the net, and she's very, very frustrated with that situation. And maybe fortune shifting a little bit back in Sabalenka's favour here. Great first serve from Sabalenka. Collins long on the return. And again, just not happy with the way things have worked out, Collins. Advantage to Sabalenka to get herself out of a tricky game. Oh, there's a challenge from Collins, but yeah, it was well out from the American. Advantage Sabalenka. Goes out wide with the first serve, misses it. Bouncing the ball with her racket. Winds up into a serve, goes out wide. Backhand up the line from Collins. Forehand Sabalenka cross court. Collins is there. Goes cross court with the forehand and forces the error. That was an excellent cross court forehand from Collins. That was the one she was looking for when she had break point. And it's back to deuce. I think Collins might be wondering a little bit where that was before, but at least it keeps her in the hunt. Sabalenka frustrated that she was in that position. Deuce once again on the Sabalenka serve. Huge tension here in Madrid. Aryna Sabalenka serves. Backhand in play from Collins. Backhand cross court from Sabalenka. Backhand up the line from Collins. Sabalenka having to run for it. That's an excellent find up the line from Sabalenka, who's putting Collins on the defense. Drop shot Sabalenka. Collins is going to get to it. Scoops it up. Sabalenka's going to lob Collins. Oh, it was in. It clips the baseline. And that's an advantage to Sabalenka. Yeah, Terry, I had noticed that Collins was challenging a lot. That was wonderful play from Sabalenka, moving her opponent up and down the court. Wonderful, wonderful example of cat and mouse play from Sabalenka, showing how all around good she is, and she doesn't need to rely purely on power. Sabalenka serves backhand, forehand play from Collins, forehand up the line from Sabalenka, forehand cross court from Collins, puts Sabalenka on the run, but the stretch forehand winner is too good from Aryna Sabalenka. That was a really great get from her, and she gets herself out of trouble once again. How's Danielle going to respond to this? She had 2 breakpoint chances in that last game, and arguably one of them she took a bit too much of a swing at and cost herself the opportunity. How is she going to deal with this, and how is Sabalenka going to respond, having got herself out of trouble here? Bear with me one moment. I need to shut a door. It's getting cold in my house this April evening. Great serve from Collins, but Sabalenka even better return. Backhand from Collins cross court to the Sabalenka backhand. Backhand Collins tries to get across court, drags it wide. Love 15. I don't know what Varamas is in Russian. Terry, maybe you should ask Nerlan. He'll probably know. Loving to having you here. Backhand up the line from Collins. The forehand from Sabalenka. Backhand Collins. The backhand of Sabalenka. Forehand inside out from Collins. Backhand from Sabalenka to the Collins. Slice. She tried to drop shot. It ends up in the net. Love 30. Real danger time for Danielle Collins. Mayanel. So it depends on what country you're in. WTA TV is usually a good default, depending on where you are. But if you can't find a way to watch it, stick with us and I'll try and bring the game to life for you. It depends on which country you're in, unfortunately, but WTA TV is in a lot of places. Love 30 Collins kind of shrugging. I don't know if there's any crowd disturbance or whether she wants to take her time with this. Again, sounds like she's being interrupted. She's getting frustrated. Maybe she's getting a time violation. Yeah, I would love to watch it. You know what you mean. Like, what country are you in, Maya, now? Try and help out here. Huge serve up the tee from Collins. Gets the really short ball and then puts it away. Oh, you're in the UK? Yeah, so you can watch on... yeah, so you can't get WTA TV in the UK, unfortunately, so you can only watch by getting Sky Sports or Now TV. I believe it is possible to watch also if you are on subscribe to betting websites, but I don't necessarily endorse that. Not because it's illegal or anything, just because it's not something, it's not a rabbit hole that I necessarily recommend people going down. But yeah, Sky Sports and Now TV are probably the most reliable sources, as Jake's saying. Backhand in play from Sabalenka. Backhand cross-court from Collins is off the top of the net. And that sets up the Sabalenka backhand up the line. And that's a Sabalenka special, 15-40. Danielle Collins is in real trouble here, having had breakpoint opportunities in the previous game. Now Sabalenka's got her first breakpoint opportunities this set. I think the last time Sabalenka had breakpoint chances, it was when Collins was serving at 5-3 in the first set. It's been a while. Sabalenka goes out wide with the serve. And the return from Sabalenka's over the baseline was a good serve from Collins. 30-40, first breakpoint saved. First breakpoint saved by the American. Sabalenka frustrated about that. Maybe she thought she had a play on that. I think it was a good serve. There was a lot of power coming at her. She couldn't necessarily... I think it was very easy to overhit. Collins tries to get up the tee, but goes long on the first serve. Sabalenka settling in to try and get an attack on this second serve on the return. Collins serves. Sabalenka gets the play on the forehand. Collins is pushed back. Then Sabalenka goes for an attack on the backhand up the line. Another monster backhand from Sabalenka, who roars. She's going to be serving for the second set to even this out and take us to a decider. I think John and Damien might be up very late tonight. Sean, have these two played many times before? Answer, yes, they have played 4 times and Aryna Sabalenka has won all of them. Head-to-head is 4-0 in Sabalenka's favour. This is Colin, and I said at the beginning of the stream, this is probably Colin's best opportunity to get a win and make her mark in her rivalry with Sabalenka before she retires. Actually, that's a point. If Collins does go on to lose this match, how comparable will this be for her to the Iga loss that she suffered in Australia? Long way to go, of course. She could break back here. But something tells me that we're probably going into a decider. And I know that our support, and I know that we might be getting John's thoughts very soon if Sabalenka can hold here. Yeah, potentially tough loss, but, you know, there's a long way to go. 6-4, 4-5. Sabalenka serving. She's getting ready to go. Still waiting for everything to settle in. Well, it seems that most people thought Collins would be winning this. Maybe not. Backhand cross-court from Sabalenka. Collins on the defense, not able to get the ball over the net. And it's 15-love. Sabalenka looking very strong now. Very, very strong. Oh, wow. Looks like we've jumped about 20 subscribers in the last day. This is amazing. Thank you to you who have newly subscribed, especially if you are watching right now, as Collins goes long with a backhand. And it's 30 love. It's midnight in Madrid. Sabalenka will go for as long as it takes to get this win. What a competitor she is, as Jake is talking about. They've got a second serve coming up here for Aryna Sabalenka at 30 love. Moves into the second serve, goes up the tee, backhand from Collins is looped, forehand Sabalenka up the line, forehand cross court from Collins, forehand cross court Sabalenka, Collins tries to change direction but moonballs it, backhand from Sabalenka to the forehand of Collins who goes cross court. Sabalenka can't live with that. That was low from Collins and it gets the job done. It's 30-15. She's not going away in this set, believe me. Believe me, Danielle Collins is not going to make herself, is not going to go away quietly. She is going to make herself as hard to beat as possible. And that's why we enjoy watching her. Sabalenka goes out wide with the first serve. Collins gets the backhand into play. Forehand inside from Sabalenka is a winner. 40-15. And we have 2 set points for Aryna Sabalenka here. Set points for the Belarusian. Trying to defend her title here in Madrid. She might be setting herself back on the path to doing so by converting one of these. First serve is long though. Hopefully she's not too tense. How much do we want a decider here? I think quite a few of us want that. First serve up the second serve up the tee. Great return from Collins. Gets the backhand up the line and Sabalenka can't run it down. It's a clean winner from Danielle Collins to save the first set point. It's 40-30. Fantastic, fantastic response from Collins. Great return, setting her up, putting Sabalenka on the back foot, and then getting that backhand up the line. Absolute dream by Danielle Collins. Sabalenka puts the first serve into the net. Second serve coming up, trying to get this done. The second serve, more reliable than it once was. Odds are she'll still get this. Second serve, Sabalenka goes up the tee. Forehand from Collins into the net. That's the set for Sabalenka. 40-30. It holds to 30. 6-4, 4-6. I don't think this match could be closer. Really, really good battle here in Madrid. We're going late, guys. We are going late. See? Thought this would be a good one. We'll see if we can get John to join us at some point as we are seeing the order of play for tomorrow available. We've got Medvedev against Bublik happening, Swiatek against Hadov-Meyer, Struff versus Alcaraz, Sinner versus Khachanov, Keys versus Jabeur, and Nadal versus Lehechka. What a wonderful lineup there is tomorrow. You are spoiled for choice. And so we'll be at Talking Tennis when we decide which matches we're going to be watching. Hey, John?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
The disembodied voice from across.
My camera comes and goes when I'm doing too many things on my laptop. It may reappear, but trust me, this is really me. Well, the 2 sets have kind of been very, very similar. Well, in terms of the scoreboard, at least. I mean, we obviously had a lot of holds to serve in that set, unlike the previous set where we had 5 breaks. And we got to that point. There was a really cultured shot where the ball kind of spun away from Aryna. I don't know if you remember it. And then she's kind of, because she didn't expect it to. I wish you could see me right now because I'm doing some hand gestures to show you what I mean. There was a ball that spun away from her and she managed to quickly adjust and then dink it back the other side of the net. Do you know what? Do you know the point I mean?
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. Yeah.
Anyway, so there was that point, and there was another point as well when Aryna did a drop shot, which is, of course, a sort of once a match occurrence. It wasn't the best drop shot in the world, but what she did next with that lob
was so good.
Was so good. And then we had Danielle Collins a couple of minutes later try. I'm not sure if it was a drop shot or just give her a different ball and it went into the net. And I just thought to myself, in those sort of 2 or 3 points, if that just crystallized, maybe just that Aryna has a little bit more. Now, that doesn't mean that Aryna's going to go on and win this match because it's so tight right now. But maybe that is just a slight difference between the two players, that if both are criticized from time to time for not having a plan B, maybe Aryna does at least occasionally have an A+ sort of plan.
Yeah, that is true. I think Sabalenka does have some good tools in her toolkit. Doesn't always need to use them, but and as you say, her A+ game is just so good. That second set, was a set more about holds, about consistency, and it was really tight. I think Collins may be ruining some opportunities there. She has opportunities to go up and edge it, but Sabalenka.
Yes, she did. She had a break point, didn't she, or two at 3-4.
Yeah, break points at 3-4, and then also earlier on the set at 1-2.
Yeah, so it is super close. But I did say that if it gets to this point, I just wondered if Aryna can just keep this up for a bit longer. It's interesting, of course, that Danielle has taken this opportunity to have some time off court. But yeah, it will be interesting to see how this sort of next final passage goes. But listen, it's delivering. You know, sometimes we think of these matches and they don't deliver, but it is delivering.
Yeah, absolutely. Which is why we're doing this on the channel, right? This was always going to be the match of the day. This was highly anticipated when the draw came out, and I'm so pleased it's living up to expectations. And hopefully, this final set will be a cracker as well. They're coming out to serve, John. If you want to put your
one more thing, Aryna is just getting a bit annoyed at a couple of the challenges from Danielle that have been landing either comfortably out, but there was one in particular that landed inside the tram line, as in inside for her, and you could see Aryna wasn't happy with the challenge. But anyway, whatever. I'll let you get back to it.
Right, and if you want to put the score back on from your side, go for it. I just did it because
no, I mean, if you're okay with sharing it, I mean, up to you. I can put it back as mine. Which do you prefer?
My laptop runs better when I'm not doing it. But
all right, I'll put mine on. I'll put mine on.
But it's more because you've scrolled down, you couldn't actually see what the score was.
Yeah, I know. I realized that when I just sort of rejoined. Sorry about that. But I'll share mine, and you can take yours away in about 30 seconds. In the meantime, everyone, make sure you hit the like button. I can see someone called Verman and Ronak and one or two more in the chat. I'm just leaning towards Sabalenka in terms of my prediction for the rest of the match. And oh, look, my camera sort of miraculously momentarily reappeared. But on that bombshell, I will leave. Do hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you're new.
It does feel like Sabalenka's got the momentum, and this early stage of the set is going to be absolutely critical for Danielle Collins. Hello, Ronak. Hello, Verman. It's good to have you here. It's always good to have new people with us. Hopefully you're enjoying our content. And again, Verman, another Tiger fan, another Tigerina fan. She takes on the Danimal. It's 15-all on my screen as Sabalenka gets a backhand in play. Collins goes for the great inside-out forehand and then finishes off with another forehand up the line from the mid-court. Excellent job from Aryna Sabalenka. From Danielle Collins even. I'm getting tired. I may start mixing players up. Still some confidence in Collins winning this? Maybe. Just say, Ronak, I'm not going to give you betting advice. You do not want betting advice from me. People who follow me on Twitter realize that very quickly. I got a lot of gamblers following me after I predicted Linda Kvitova to win her first WTA 250 title correctly at whatever tournament that was. It was somewhere in Asia. And then hated me the following week when all my predictions were wrong. But there you go. So it's 30-all, by the way, which is something that we need to discuss because obviously critical point. Sabalenka might want this early break, but it's 40-30 now with an unreturnable serve from Danielle Collins. We've definitely got an Aryna army here. I'm hoping that you aren't too disappointed by whatever the result is. I mean, I'm happy either way. This has been a great match. I mean, if I was going to say personally, I would think Collins would be the better story, but Aryna getting back on form and getting to be a challenger again would be really cool for the top of women's tennis right now. Backhand play from Sabalenka, backhand to the backhand again, great cross court winner from Sabalenka, and she's really firing. And I talked about her Australian Open level, and whilst I'm not saying that she's showing that level, this is the best tennis I think I've seen Sabalenka produce in quite some time. Any danger of contacting a wall physically? Possibly, but probably only about as much as Aryna has, because Aryna's had long matches too. First serve from Collins is unlet, so we're at deuce. Collins will have to reset and do another first serve. I'm not saying there's no chance of Collins hitting a wall physically, but it's highly likely. But I would say I would always assume a player isn't going to do that, given the conditioning they go through. The return from Sabalenka up the middle has gone long off a great Collins first serve. There's advantage to Collins. Yeah, 2-week event does help because it gives you a day's recovery time. And that's the one thing about the 2-week events I like, is that day off, that more days off for players. Do I think they go on too long? Yes. There's ways of restructuring it, but that is the one element I do like. Cross court forehand from Collins is long, trying to finish off that game, and it's back to deuce. I do think, sort of third round by the following weekend, it does feel like it drags a bit, especially since the top players have got buys. Because I've been thinking about this, and like Grand Slams, we don't necessarily complain about in the same way, but I think it's because the top guys are playing from day one, and there's just so many more matches to get through in a slam. Whereas even in a 1000, it's a 96 player draw, so you've got 32 fewer matches in both draws. Get through, it's a lot more spread out. So out wide from Collins. Collins then having to deal with a great return from Sabalenka, then goes up for a brutal backhand up the line. That was like Aryna on fast forward there. And it's breakpoint opportunity for Sabalenka. Huge hitting. Sabalenka, great return, then the great follow-up backhand into space. Nothing Collins could do about it. Absolutely nothing. Is the Danielle Collins run about to come to an end? We're saying this at break point in the first game of the third set. Collins tries to go out wide, misses it. She's got a second serve to try and fend off Aryna Sabalenka. Goes. So Collins goes out wide, backhand from Sabalenka across court. Collins backhand up the line is long, and Sabalenka breaks. Sabalenka has broken, and it is 1 game to love to the Belarusian, who for the first time in this match, since getting an early breakdown in the first set, is leading. Wow. And I'll say it again, this is the best level I've seen from Sabalenka in a while. Looking at that set, 34 points to 13, Sabalenka's favour. Again, very few unforced errors from either player. 8 for Collins, 7 for Sabalenka. The positive play from Sabalenka making more of a difference. Backhand in play from Collins off the Sabalenka first serve, but Sabalenka's cross-court backhand is too good, and the backhand's really firing from Sabalenka right now. 15 love. Capricorn, lovely to have you here. Yeah, great to see that you're happy for Keys. I am happy for her as well. I think she's due some good results, especially after the tough start to the year that she's had. Be interesting to see how she gets against Jabeur tomorrow. Yeah, big result for Keys coming up. Big result for Keys, and another big hitter having some success in Madrid. And actually, this is one of the few, ironically, it's one of the few clay court events that Keys hasn't had much success on. But she's kind of reversed that now, which is good to see. Collins has gone long trying to return that Sabalenka serve, so it's 15 love. I think what I don't want to see is Sabalenka running away with it, because that would really kind of... I don't think the match deserves a runaway decider, to be honest. But Collins is clearly unhappy and frustrated. As John was saying, maybe they're a bit frustrated with each other. Hey, thank you to whoever just subscribed. Lovely to have you on board. Collins continuing to complain and be sarcastic. I'm looking forward to looking on social media later to see what she's saying. And that's Terry, you've got ears on it. Huge serve from Sabalenka. That's an ace, 40 love. And right now, Sabalenka is the far more composed player. This is why she's in the top 4. This is why she's in the conversation always with Świątek and Rybakina. First serve out wide is too good. Collins doesn't really have a play on it. And it's game 2 love, Sabalenka. And we're right back on Collins. In this deciding set, who, she can't afford to let this run away. Excuse me. It's late. It's 11 p.m. in the UK. It's much later in Madrid. Danielle Collins is coming out, serves out wide. Backhand play from Sabalenka, but the Collins serve is wide. And she's challenging it though. Giving herself a bit more time. She wants as much reset time as possible. No, she's moving into the second serve now. Probably just... I have noticed that Collins trying to give herself as much time as possible, actually. Goes out wide with that serve. Sabalenka return is long and it's 15 love. Collins will be very happy with that. I think it would be fitting if Danielle Collins' run comes to an end against someone of the caliber of Sabalenka. I was expecting it to come to an end. I was expecting if anyone was going to beat Collins, it was going to be Sabalenka or Rybakina or even Świątek if Collins made the final. But this has been a great story, whatever the outcome of the match is. And hey, maybe Collins can turn it around. So 30 love here, goes out wide with the first serve and misses it. Yeah, I think this run of 15 straight matches is going to be one of the highlights of Danielle's career. Forehand in play from Sabalenka, backhand up line from Collins, backhand caught from Sabalenka. Collins puts her backhand up the line into the net, 30-15. And yeah, at the minute, it just feels like the momentum is with Sabalenka. When they're in a rally, Sabalenka feels like the one more likely to win it. Collins is having to do so much more to win points. Goes out wide with that serve. Backhand in play from Sabalenka. Collins tries to go up the line with the backhand and misses it. She's gone long. Again, the backhand over the baseline. Big, big hurt for Collins. 30 all. Does not want to go a double breakdown and make the mountain even harder for herself to climb. Collins serves out wide. Too good. 40-30. It was unreturnable. Sabalenka got a racket on it, but no hope of getting much off that. So point for Collins to try and maintain the break disadvantage and keep herself in this one. Hope you're enjoying this match, by the way, with us. It's great to have you along for the ride. As Collins tries to go out wide with the first serve, but goes long. Yeah, that first serve percentage from Collins isn't too bad, but it's not good enough on some of the bigger points, at least at this point in the match. Sabalenka's just going from strength to strength as the match has progressed. It's a double fault from Collins. It's juice. And yeah, at the minute, Collins is the one looking a little bit more shakier, or noticeably more shakier. A bit flat, the American. Does not want to go down a double break here. Because if she does, I think this match is over, figuratively speaking. Great serve up the tee from Collins, then steps in for the backhand, hits the winner cross court into the open space. But there's a challenge. So a challenge, I think Sabalenka's challenging the serve from Collins. Just out by millimetre. So it's a second serve, and Collins, having thought that she'd won that point, is now having to do a second serve at deuce. It's funny how things seem to be going Collins' way not that long ago, and now it's all about Aryna, who hits that massive inside-out forehand and draws the arrow from Collins on the backhand advantage Sabalenka. It's like Sabalenka, when she realised that the world might be against her in that sort of 3-4 game, decides to take matters into her own hands. And she's doing such a great job of it. This would be her 6th consecutive game if she can get this break. Another time violation for Collins. Or warning. But of course, a time violation could be a point penalty. And what a time to get that. There's another dispute going on between Collins and the umpire. Still more disputes with the umpire going on. Oh my word. Sabalenka's still trying to maintain focus. Collins is trying to find something to fire herself up with. Goes out wide on the first serve, misses it. Maybe Collins is a bit like Andy Murray, actually. He needs to find something to get fired up about. Similar qualities to Andy, I'd say, Collins. Backhand in play from Sabalenka across court. Collins just about clears the net. Backhand up the line from Sabalenka. Goes to the Collins forehand, which she puts in the net. It's a double break. It's 3-love in this set. That's 6 consecutive games for Aryna Sabalenka, who looks well and truly in control in this match. And from going to be very frustrated and having to really fight in that first set, Sabalenka seems completely in control here. And I think the Sabalenka army in the chat is going to be very, very happy. The Aryna army, sorry. All right, well, I'm just going to give us a bit of a break.
Thanks for tuning into this watch along. While there's a break in play, here's a reminder to hit the like button, subscribe, and click that notification bell. Your support helps to keep the channel going. While we're here, you can now become a member to enjoy perks, including badges for the live chat, but also bonus material, such as interviews with top players from both ATP and WTA tours. The membership link is pinned in the live chat. You can also follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. So whether it be serves or volleys, forehands or backhands, serve bots or drop shots, we've got you covered, whether that be via our website, talking-tennis.com, where you can read features and interviews from our top writers. Or if you prefer us in audio form, you can subscribe to our podcast on Apple, Amazon, or Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts from. Remember, we offer you wall-to-wall coverage via our regular watch-alongs, magazine shows such as Nick's WTA Weekly or Damien and Mario's ATP version. Plus, we deliver top content from people on the ground, actually at the tournaments, so you get even nearer to the action. So, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on all things tennis.
Sorry, you may have missed a little bit of tennis as Sabalenka's hit an unreturnable serve to go 15-love up there as we hit the 2-hour mark in Madrid. Also, if you were watching that premiere carefully, you'll have seen some pictures of John when he went to Madrid last year. Backhand from Collins in play on a great return, but there's an even better cross-court backhand from Sabalenka, then runs to pick off the cross-court forehand. That is incredible play from Sabalenka, 30-love, and she is motoring now. Terry, I did not know you're Australian. Real dedication to having some of these chats. Like some of the evening matches you've joined us for is probably just as you've woken up. So fair play to you. You nocturnal Australians. Fabulous inside-out backhand return winner from Danielle Collins. That's the best shot she's hit for a while. Yes, where is Ghosty? Why isn't he here to support his girl Danielle? Collins getting ready to receive the Sabalenka serve, trying to get herself maybe one of the breaks back. There's another mega return from Collins on the forehand. Where has this been for the last few games? 30 all. And that's two amazing returns from Danielle Collins, and still trying to show that she's in this match. And I would love to see her still in this match and make this a contest to the end. Keep the pressure on Sabalenka, and then again another great backhand return from Collins, then slices off a great shot from Aryna. So Aryna drags the forehand wide. It's 30-40. We're into much more close play again. It's a break point chance for Danielle Collins. She hasn't broken Aryna's serve since breaking to win the first set at 6-4. She's had chances in the second set that she didn't take. Can she take this one? Goes out wide. Sabalenka goes out wide for the first serve. Again, great return from Collins. Then steps in to take on the forehand. Forehand from Sabalenka is too good. As Collins was inside the baseline, and Sabalenka forehand hits very close to the corner, and it's deuce. What a way to save break point. That indeed was a highlight reel shot. That's one of the best shots she's played all match. Collins was really in there in that round. Thought she was going to get the point. Sabalenka did something incredible out there. Now we're going to deuce. Sabalenka serves up the tee. Backhand in play from Collins. Again, her returning game is so good at the minute. Steps in to take on the forehand because Serena's shot was short, and Collins has now got advantage again. Break point number 2 for Danielle Collins. She's all over these returns right now, Danielle Collins. She's back in the zone. Is it too late though? 3-love, double break. Who knows? Sabalenka serves out wide, misses. Second serve coming up for Sabalenka to avoid losing her double break advantage. Would still be with single break. Second serve, Sabalenka. Collins steps on the backhand, goes cross court. Sabalenka goes up the line with a backhand, her own backhand, and again it's another Aryna special. Collins again leaving the space for Sabalenka to go for the backhand, and it's another amazing winner from Sabalenka. Another break point saved. That is the 7th break point that she saved this match out of the 10 that she's faced. Collins has only saved 3 from the 8 that she's faced. It's incredible. So yeah, I think that means that Sabalenka's broken Collins 5 times, and Collins has only broken Sabalenka 3 times. And Sabalenka's at the net now. Collins goes for the passing shot. Sabalenka goes the wrong direction and just leaves the space wide open for Collins to pick her off at the net as advantage to the American once more. James, nice to have you on board. Another member of the Aryna Army is with us. This could be very interesting if we do another Sabalenka-Świątek match, because I think both sides tend to show up. Sabalenka goes out wide. Backhand from Collins is too good. It's a wonderful backhand winner. Collins breaks finally and gets one of those back, and it's 3-1. And so, what a return from Danielle Collins. Sabalenka still has the advantage in this set, but Collins is now hoping to make more of a fight of this. And I'm really hoping she makes more of a fight of this game, regardless who wins. I don't want this set to be a walkover in either direction. So Sabalenka's run of 6 consecutive games comes to an end. Great serve from Collins. The Aryna return has too much on it, and it's 15-love to Danielle Collins. Advantage is not even deuce. I don't know, but she certainly has the advantage in the game. She's got the first point, but the first point often means nothing. Jake, this is why I try not to do ego matches myself. But I think a few people, I meant more the live chat. The live chat would probably be a bit fiery. Backhand, forehand from Sabalenka into the net on the return. 30 love. Sabalenka looking frustrated again. She doesn't want to have to deal with the pressure of maintaining the one break advantage. She was probably very happy with the double. But it does feel like Collins has just raised her level again. First serve is off the top of the net and out, though. Yeah, it looks like Collins has kind of stabilized, is kind of going for shots again, which was working for her really well in the first set and a lot of the second. And the return from Aryna is long, 40 love. Terry, being Australian, you must have absolutely loved watching Sabalenka winning slams in prime time. Fully love. So Aryna's changing her racket. She must have broken a string or something. Apologising for disrupting the point, but Collins probably doesn't mind because she quite likes having the time. Now Collins is into her service motion or service routine. Now it's the service motion. Goes up the tee. Backhand play from Sabalenka. Inside out forehand from Collins. Sabalenka slices. Just clears the net. Backhand up the line from Collins. So again, Collins having to defend the net. Sabalenka's going for the passing shot. Collins just tries to pick it off. She gets a racket on it, but can't get it over the net. She puts it in the net. 40-15. Yeah, Collins maybe being a bit too tentative at net there. Probably could have finished it, but again, amazing defense from Aryna Sabalenka. Has to be said. Like, I have to compliment her on the defensive skills that she's shown in this match. I think it's one of the reasons why she hasn't lost in straight sets and why she's looking very likely to win it. She's got herself back in this. Danielle Collins, 40-15. Second serve. Back forehand from Aryna into the net, and it's game Collins. 3-2. We're changing ends. Collins is definitely feels like that she's kind of a real contender again in this match. Yeah, how are we doing, Aryna Army? Nervous? Maybe I'm winding up a bit. Obviously, this keeps Aryna, a victory for Aryna would continue her hopes of retaining a title and keeping hold of the world #2 spot, which is a I don't know how capital. I think being world #2, although it doesn't sound like a big deal because obviously you are chasing after #1. To me, you do want that because that's a quite advantageous spot. It means you are guaranteed not to play the #1 until the final. That you are the leading favourite, that you can keep away from a lot of the other big problems in the draw for some time. You do want that spot. I'm going to share another opinion. I do think for the next few tournaments, it would be better for Świątek and Rybakina to be on opposite sides of the draw. If Aryna picks things back up, I don't think it matters as much. But in terms of I think it's always better if Świątek and Rybakina can play each other finals rather than semi-finals. Świątek and Sabalenka or Świątek and Rybakina in finals is definitely the preferred option for interesting matches. Great return from Collins, putting Sabalenka under pressure, but it looks like that return was long, and so it's 15 love. Collins is frustrated because some of these amazing returns that helped her break in the previous Aryna Sabalenka service game, that one didn't work. She's already chuntering away. Again, I'm getting Murray vibes from Collins. I think they are actually quite similar in terms of attitudes. Unreturnable serve from Sabalenka. 30 love. Nothing Collins can do about that at all. Absolutely not. Danielle Collins. So Sabalenka's going out wide with the first serve. Collins gives her a short return. Sabalenka picks it off cross court, forehand, 40-love. This is exactly what Sabalenka needed after a little bit of pressure from Collins. If she can hold this to love and be comfortable, that's going to make her feel a lot better. At the minute, Collins is... at the minute, the more uncomfortable Collins can make Sabalenka, the more chance she has of coming back in this match. That could have been an ace, but it just missed from Sabalenka. She tried to go up the tee. Second serve. Goes tee again. Forehand from Collins is long on the return. Overhit it, and it's 4-2 Sabalenka. Collins now needs to hold to keep the pressure up. Otherwise, Sabalenka will be serving for this. This has still been a good match regardless. I think it's obviously good. How well remembered it's going to be is going to depend on how this set kind of ends up. And don't forget, Sabalenka has a history of being a bit nervy when closing out. Serve out wide, body serve from Collins is a let, so Collins is going to restart her again with the first serve. Tell you what, this is going to be a very late night for Silky and Damien. Great return from Sabalenka, who then tries to go cross-court on the backhand. That's the first cross-court backhand that she's dragged wide for a while. 15-love. Kind of kicking the clay about, trying to give herself a bit more grip when she's trying to slide in for shots. Probably quite cold over there in Madrid at the minute. Everyone except the players is wrapped up as the first serve from Danielle Collins has gone wide. Collins, again, taking her time between serves. Gets into second serve now, goes up the tee with that one. Then goes for the cross-court forehand, putting Sabalenka under pressure. Then goes cross-court again, back behind Sabalenka, who was moving to cover the down the line. And it's 30-love. Excellent, excellent play from Danielle Collins. Really read that well. Giving herself some hope, making the set close. Collins serves into the net. So it's got to do another second serve here. Jake not having much conviction that Sabalenka will fix it. I think there is some level of jeopardy, but I think it's more likely that Sabalenka will win it than not. Second serve from Collins. Backhand in play from Sabalenka. Forehand up the line from Collins. Backhand up the line from Sabalenka as a winner. 30-15. Sabalenka not going down quietly. Does not. She wants to try and pull the rug out from Collins as much as possible. Catch her off balance, literally and figuratively. Danielle Collins is going to be stepping in. Try and get stepping in for the first serve. Goes out wide. Backhand from Sabalenka in play. Forehand inside out from Collins. Goes back behind. Sabalenka's going to scramble that one short. Forehand Collins. Back again behind Sabalenka, who was running to cover the cross court. Collins went up the line. 40-15. And again, Collins had enough time to hit behind Sabalenka as she was moving away. That was ideal for the American. Game point to make this 4-3. Armando is thinking Sabalenka is going to win this. It's looking highly likely. Lovely to see you here, Armando. I don't know if you're new, but lovely to meet you otherwise, regardless. If you are new, then why don't you subscribe? And we've got more live streams for you. We've got another live stream straight after this as we wrap up all the Madrid action. Backhand up the line from Sabalenka. Backhand cross court. Backhand Sabalenka. Collins is long. Sean, yeah, I'm pretty pleased with my pick for this one. I was very excited. I basically just said, this is the match I really, really want to do. So yeah, I would be watching this anyway and having a great time. First serve is wide, very wide from Collins, trying to go up the tee. 40-30, second serve. She's trying to put this game to bed, but she's not making life easy for herself at all as Danielle Collins, who goes up the tee again. Scramble return from Sabalenka, cross-court backhand traded. Collins goes up the line with that one. Sabalenka's got a forehand with time on it, and that's excellent. That's a winner. Deuce. The Collins backhand was sort of just sat there waiting to be hit, and Sabalenka duly obliged. Thanks, Jake. Maybe I should apply for a job with WTA TV. No, I won't, because that would mean taking me away from you guys, and I don't want to do that. Deuce up the tee from Collins on the serve, then goes backhand up the line again. Sabalenka running it down, but doesn't get it over the net. It's advantage Collins. Collins really hoping to get this done. She's striding around. She looks like she's trying to zone back in here. She was pretty locked in the first set. She's trying to get that energy back that she had before. Serve from Collins up the tee. Loves that tee serve. The Sabalenka return is good. Backhand from Collins. Sabalenka have to run that one down. It's too good from Collins, though. And there we go. We're striding back to the chair. Collins digs herself out of trouble there. I say that. Maybe didn't face a break point, but that was a dangerous game for the American. Could be facing Sabalenka serving for the set here. Instead, Sabalenka is serving to maintain her break advantage. Go to break here on my TV. Yeah, apologies, Amanda, if you aren't new. I didn't recognize you. This is the latest I've stayed up doing a stream for a while. But yeah, Aryna Army, how are we feeling? Ready for? Still pretty confident she's going to close this out, or are we still got some nerves? Guess we'll find out. Santiago, good to see you. Also a Sabalenka supporter. Certainly looking very likely to close this one out is Aryna Sabalenka. Hello, Maitland. Lovely to meet you as well. Good grief, everyone's turning up for this. It's great to see you all. Hopefully you're enjoying the content. Enjoying the commentary. Enjoying the match. Always interesting to see how many of you are watching with my commentary and how many of you are watching Talking Tennis instead of watching the match. Maitland also supporting Collins. Hey, we got a Collins supporter in chat. Finally. We've had all Aryna fans today. We've got obviously a resident fan, Ghost of Garilatis, but I haven't seen him for ages. I'm surprised he's not here today, actually. But yeah, that would he alone would balance out all the Aryna fans. Nothing against the Aryna fans. It's just I like to have some be able to bring some good news to some fans. There's backing up the line for Sabalenka. That's good news for Aryna fans. And that backhand up the line has just been absolute beauty to watch all match. There is no, there's nothing like that. That backhand up the line when it's really firing. It's worked so well today. Great serve again from Sabalenka. Collins puts that forehand into the net on the return. Very aggressive. The net moves very visibly. It's 40 love Sabalenka. Maitland, okay, so you're a Sabalenka fan, but you're supporting the Collins farewell tour. I kind of am as well. I want Collins to go out on a high. Backhand into the net from Sabalenka. That backhand didn't quite work so well. Yeah, I'm up for Collins sort of bowing out in style. we'll see how big the US Open hype gets for her. Certainly, I think as Collins' run, Sabalenka's a worthy foe to end it. Forehand from Collins is long on the return. Sabalenka holds to 15, 1 game away from closing this match out. And Collins, this is the closest she's been to defeat in quite a while. She won every match in Miami pretty much in straight sets, I think. No, yeah, she lost the first set of her opening match in Miami. She lost the second set in her match against Ons Jabeur in Charleston. She's been a set down in her previous 2 WTA matches on Madrid. I think Danilovic, she was pretty close to potentially losing in that match, but it did also feel like she had the advantage in it. This is probably the closest to defeat Collins has been since Indian Wells. Great return from Sabalenka off the Collins serve, who then goes up the middle with a backhand. Collins is now trying to move Sabalenka on with a forehand and very successful with that. Sabalenka can't get a play on it. 15 love. Collins wants this to be as tight as possible. I mean, I don't know. I've had this match on mute, Terry. I don't know how, with Sabalenka shouting and Collins being demonstrative, it's probably a pretty loud match. Huge forehand inside out from Danielle Collins. And she's challenging it. I think it was called out. I thought she'd painted the line with it. But I think it's a challenge, and the shot is missed. So it's 15-all. And some of those shots from Collins have just been missing when they shouldn't be. And against Sabalenka, you can't get away with that. She was getting away with it with some opponents in Charleston, but that's not going to work here against Sabalenka. 15-all, and she's got a second serve now. Santiago, you're betting. I mean, like, safe bet seems like a safe bet at the minute with the way momentum matches going. Forehand cross court from Sabalenka on the return. Backhand now cross court. Collins has to slice. Counter slice from Sabalenka. It's actually a drop shot. Collins reaches it. Sabalenka gets the passing shot. Perfect passing shot winner from Sabalenka. Hits it into space. 15-30. She's 2 points away from this win. 2 hours 23 on the clock. That was brilliant from both players. Really great rally, but you could see the moment Sabalenka took control. She eyed her opportunity. She took it. And that's been kind of the story of this last sort of set and a bit. Collins serves, tries to get up the tee, misses, very clearly misses, very wide. Sabalenka's got a second serve to look at to set up match point. Collins serves out wide, backhand cross court Sabalenka, backhand up the line from Collins, forehand Sabalenka cross court to the forehand Collins, just onto the Sabalenka forehand. Collins still trading forehands cross court. This is absolutely brilliant, but Collins dumps that forehand into the net. She's the one who breaks down, and it's too much points for Aryna Sabalenka on the Danielle Collins serve. We could be very, very close to the end of this match. Ladies and gentlemen, whoever you are, this is it. Danielle Collins goes up the tee, but puts it into the net. It's not really been going too well for Danielle Collins in recent games. It looked like a fight back might be on, but it's a second serve. Backhand from Sabalenka to the forehand from Collins, which ends up in the net. Aryna Sabalenka fist pumps. What a comeback from Sabalenka. After a scrappy start, she locked in and proved to be too much for Danielle Collins. What a win for Aryna Sabalenka. She wins. She ends the streak of Collins. Collins was streak ends with 15. Sabalenka was too much. And Sabalenka also moves her head-to-head with Danielle Collins to 5-0. Collins walks off court, tasting defeat for the first time since Indian Wells in March. What a great run from the American. Hopefully not too many regrets, although I do think she could have won this match in straight. Your thoughts on that match?
Well, it did kind of, in the end, go the way I thought. I mean, there was some doubt, especially when Danielle got one of those breaks back in the deciding set. But maybe Aryna, in the end, just dealt with the whole thing a little bit better. Maybe some of her big match experience, which I know Danielle has plenty of, but Aryna has even more of, perhaps helped her. I don't know whether Danielle was really distracted by some of the things in the crowd that she sort of seemed like she was. I mean, it has been a running theme throughout this tournament. But to me, you know, there's far more vociferous crowds than the one that Danielle experienced tonight. In fact, Danielle, playing in the US, will have experienced a lot through college tennis, as they were mentioning in some of the commentary on my TV, because I had to turn you down because you were slightly ahead of me, as I said. So, yeah, listen, the better player won on the day, and somebody who I just think was probably always a little bit more likely to win this tournament than the other. I will say this, though. Listen, Danielle's level impressed me today on the red clay compared to, obviously, the hard courts before here. I know she won, obviously, in Charleston as well. I've seen her in bits during this last sort of 15 matches that she won in a row.
Yeah, 15.
Yeah. So I've seen her in bits in Miami in particular, and little bits from Charleston, which wasn't quite so easy to measure. But she's got it. I just think that maybe the red clay is going to probably elude her in terms of titles this year. I mean, who knows? She may well win Rome or possibly the French Open. But I just think that there are 2 or 3 players that move slightly better her and have a little bit more variety, much needed on this surface. Yeah, Terry here suggested maybe that Collins was using the crowd to create some delays, etc. Not sure. But either way, as I say, Sabalenka dealt with it better in the end.
Yeah, I think so too. And I think Sabalenka got better as the match went on. And
yes, definitely.
This is the best I've seen from her for a while.
I think it's the best since the Australian Open.
Yes.
I heard you say that earlier on in commentary, and it was something I was already thinking anyway. But this is her best performance, in my opinion, since the Australian Open. I saw her play against Lynette a couple of rounds ago. I've seen her a few times. I mean, I saw her lose to Vekic, for example, in Dubai, I think it was. There were some sort of, you know, understandably scratchy performances in Miami. Indian Wells was never looking good, really. I mean, Raducanu obviously pushed her there. I remember that match quite well. So this is, without a doubt, her most solid performance. And the Lynette match, to be fair, although I didn't think the level was that high, Damien did. Talking of Damien, I'm just going to check to see if he's ready to go with our next show.
Sleep.
I can see that he's awake, so he's looks like he's ready to go. So I'm going to probably bring this to, or you can bring this to a close. And I've already, basically, when this show ends, people will be guided by the YouTube powers that be to our next stream, because there's a thing that you can do now on YouTube where it sort of drifts you towards the next show.
Right. Well, I'll let you handle all that. So yeah, hop on over to watch John and Damien. You may
I'll tell you what, I'll leave and you can just say goodbye, but I'll see you soon. Yeah, just click end stream whenever you're done, Nick. All right.
All right. Okay. Well, I encourage everyone to hop on over and talk tennis with John and Damien on our wrap up stream that's getting underway pretty much now, or in the next few minutes. So I will let so John and Damien get ready for that. But yeah, that was a really, really good match. I think maybe a missed opportunity for Collins, but you have to say what Aryna brought today was something very, very special. I'm very interested to see how this rematch with Mira Andreeva goes. When they play in the quarterfinals, I will give Aryna the edge in that. No offense to Andreeva. I don't think she's ready to deal with what Aryna could throw at her, especially in Madrid. But then that begs the question, you know, what will Aryna find if she has to play someone like Rybakina, who's looking very good at the minute? What is Aryna going to do if she gets through Rybakina and has to deal with Swiatek in that and have a rematch of last year's final? A lot of big questions, but I think with this win, Aryna's announced herself as a real contender in Madrid, whereas others may have doubted that ability, doubted her in that she would do it. I think a lot of us had her losing this match, and she isn't. And she's still within a shout of retaining the world #2 ranking. But we are second to no one here on Talking Tennis. But I am quite happy to be second to John and Damien, who are going to be underway to be reviewing Madrid very shortly. So I'm going to sign off and let you join them on the other side. I'll be back on a stream soon, and I'm looking forward to seeing what else happens in Madrid. And I hope to see you there as well. But until then, take care and keep talking tennis.
If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on all things tennis.